When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and to provide new gods for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having indirect object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish their right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together a legislative body that places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative power, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of land. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amounts and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has effected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rules into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the work of death, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas, to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an indistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and of consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of a right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Love it. Absolutely love it, guys. That was the Declaration of Independence, written by Thomas Jefferson and read by the great John F. Kennedy Jr. And every time I hear that, I get chills down my spine, man. Really, seriously. It's a reminder of what we're doing today. Because those great men back in the 1700s had to fight not only against the outside tyranny of the of Great Britain and the crown of King George III, but they also had to fight against the quote unquote loyalists, that people that no matter what would stay with them. And I believe that's what we're doing today. I wouldn't call them loyalists, but things are getting heated up here in the dare I say spam wars, Bitcoin civil war or whatever. And this is something that I don't want to have to deal with, but this is what we have to deal with, unfortunately. And it's heating up because the month of September is going to be the last month that the op returns will be available for the core devs or people that run core, and you won't have an option if you run a Bitcoin node to basically say, hey, I want to filter out spam. I don't want 100,000 bytes of nonsense going through my node. And this is why I say we got to stand up, fight by learning, not listening to the propaganda from the outside or within. And again, I couldn't ask for a better group of people to stand alongside with me to fight not only against the tyranny of the money printer, but now apparently the tyranny from the Bitcoin core devs. And again, guys, I couldn't ask for a better group of people to stand alongside and fight against all of that nonsense. What is up, guys? It is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. As you can see here, we're at the Bitcoin block height of 912,935. TikTok next block. We're off to a little bit of a slow start, but hey, we're rolling. We're rolling. We're doing our thing. Let's do a little bit of a roll call here. Energy's kind of low today. I did not get a good rest last night, unfortunately. Let me see. Maybe stop that. Start it over again. Hope you guys are doing well. Samantha Nakamoto, first of her name, daughter of the great Satoshi Nakamoto. The reason we're all here. Samantha, how are you, ma'am? Good to see you. And welcome in. We love you, Samantha. You know that. Lauren Stern, no relation to Howard or David, but he's my man. Lauren Stern, how are you, sir? The funny man. The loyal man. He's been in here, man. I appreciate that very much. And somebody sent me 99 sats. Thank you very much. And it looks like it was Scotty. Hey, Jerry, let's get some early spins. Okay. I got you, Scotty. How are you, man? Scotty, I missed a couple. I think I missed a spin or two, a donation from you or two. Thank you so much for that. He says spin it. You said rigged on that last one for 99 sats. Thank you very much. What did I miss while I was away? Sorry about that, Scotty. I don't take anything you do for granted, man. I really appreciate it, man. I know it seems like, oh, I'm only sending 99 sats a few times. Nah, it really helps, man. That means a lot, man. Thank you so much, Scotty. Seriously, I really appreciate you, brother. Hello, everyone. Hi, Lauren Stern. Rudy Gamer 123. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Put Scotty on the wheel. Scotty 99. Uh-oh. Joey's in the house. Joey sent 777 sats. Thank you, Joey. Appreciate it, brother. That's a lot of sats, sir. Thank you. You know that helps with the payroll. I appreciate you, man. Rudy, how are you today, sir? Good to see you. Rudy Gamer 123. How you been, brother? Hi, Rudy Gamer. Hi, Lauren. Small crowd, Jerry. Yeah, it happens. It's a Tuesday. You know what I mean? It happens. Benjamin, hey, I'm back. Hey, Benjamin. How are you? I'm just going to do 4 today. 4 rolls today. Benjamin. Jamon. Good to see you, brother. Hi there, Benjamin. Third day here. Let's get some wins. Yes, Cryptomania guy. How are you? Again, you're back. Cryptomania guy. Very good to have you, man. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Rudy Gamer. What? Huh? Okay, hold on, guys. 1 second. Something happened with the TV with my grandson. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, buddy, hold on. Let me play the strangest secret real quick. Hold on 1 second.
I want to tell you the most interesting story in the world. Why a person becomes the person he becomes. Why a little boy or a little girl grows up to be the kind of person he or she becomes. Now, the estimates by the experts in this field are that most of us are using some...
You guys know what the secret is. Sorry about that. All right. I had to fix the TV for my man. All right, Rudy Gamer. Hi, I'm back. Hey there, third day. Hi, hello. Great Motion, how are you, sir? Very good to see you. Glad you're here today. It's a great video for you today. Something happened on strike. 99 sats. Thank you very much. No problem. You got a lot going on there. Okay. Thank you, Scotty. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I do, man. And I suck at multitasking too. I appreciate it. Benjamin, hey, Lauren, hey, Samantha. Hey, Sonny Verma. Angel, what's up? Your number one fan is in the house. How you doing, Jerry? I'm doing pretty good, Angel. Thank you for asking. How are you, young man? A little tired today, man. I did not sleep well at all last night. Doing a lot of research on this stuff that we're going to talk about today, and it's just I wish we didn't have to deal with it, but I'm not one of those people that buries my head in the sand like an ostrich, because you got ostriches out here, man, that just want things to go away because their head is in the sand. I'm not one of those people. So, hi, Sonny Verma, Great Motion. Yes, greetings, Samantha Nakamoto. Yo, skibbity doo dah, chitty shitty bang bang. Hey, man, what's up, Sats? Joey, put me in, Coach. How you doing, Joey? Thank you, man. That was a big donation, sir. I really, really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Joey, how are you, man? Where you at on this spam war / civil war at, brother? Where you at on that? Hey, S Stush, what's up? Good to see you. S Stush. Some people just ignore it. They don't want to talk about it. I don't want it to happen either, but I'm for it, man. Hello, Scotty99. Hey, Angel, no one Jerry fan. Hey, S Stush. Hey, Angel, Jerry, no one fan. Hey there, Gray. Hey, Lauren. Hey, gang. What's up, V? How are you? Good to see you, sir. Welcome in. Welcome in. This is probably the slowest show we've ever had this late in the day. It's all good. Hey, Sin. What's up? Hola, Geraldo, and BFFs. What's up, man? Off to a little slow start. You know how it is on Tuesdays. But we're good. Sin, how are you today, sir? Very good to see you, man. My man, Sin Diesel. My sensei. The Renaissance man. He's in the house. Welcome in, sir. Jamming and gaming. All right, cool, man. Cool. We're going to talk about some stuff that I don't want to talk about, man. There's Sin, yes. Turn my fan on. Unfortunately, this is shit that we have to deal with a new network. And this is our equivalent of the block size wars. You know what I mean? And it's happening. And there's some people, again, I like to call ostriches. They got their heads in the sand. And I ain't one of those people, man. And again, believe me, I don't want to talk about this shit. Okay. But again, the only way you're going to stop Bitcoin is from within. And I'm almost 100%. I'm 99.9% sure that that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? Hey there, V. Hey, Sin. I'm doing good, brother. Good, man. Good to hear that, Sin. Good to hear that. Sharper. You got a new picture, brother. 14 watching, 5 likes. Hey, Sharper. What the heck, right? Crazy. My man, Sharper. What's going on, sir? Interesting conversation yesterday. Always informative. Good to see you, Sharper. Glad you came in, brother. Appreciate it. Everyone, hello. I like the new picture, man. I can't see it that good, but like it. Lauren, hola, Samantha. Hope you're good, Jerry. I am, Sharper. Hope you're good as well, man. I'm a little tired. I didn't get that good of sleep, but I'm doing okay, man. Thank you, man, for asking. I appreciate that. Lawrence, what's good, brother? Hey, Sharper Nasor V. Yo, Ivan, what's up, sir? Good to see you. How are you? We're starting to fill in a little bit. A little bit. Hey there, Sharper than Sword. Yes. Amos says, let's get it. Let's get it, Amos. What's up, sir? You guys are my coffee, though, man. You guys give me energy. You really do, man. You really do. Sharper. Sammy, hey, yo. Ivan, how are you? Samantha Nakamoto, Lauren Stern, Sin Diesel. Salute to you. Smiles. Amos CBT. Yeah. Looks like we're up a little bit today, guys. In Fiat terms. What I don't like is when we go below 900 sats per dollar. That's what I don't like. And I ain't happy about it, man. I am not happy about it. Patrick, what's up, brother? Patrick Dolan, how are you? Are you a new guy or what? Never seen you before, brother. Welcome in. I heard we need some butts in seats. Yeah, it's slow today, man. It's slow. And I'm going to be talking about some stuff that people aren't going to want to hear, Jor. But I got to do it, brother. I got to do it. Believe me, I don't want to talk about this shit. But it's the fighter in me says I have to. You know what I mean? It's just not sitting well with me, man. And every time I'm going on Nostr or Twitter or something like this, everybody's talking about it. And as the update of Bitcoin Core creeps near us, More and more people are talking about this shit, man. And I fully think that this is the only way they can stop Bitcoin. And I think they're trying to do it, brother. And I hope I'm wrong, bro. I hope I'm wrong. Ton of bad brain dead actors for sure. Sound like River might be one of them. Yeah, I saw that today too. I did some research on that too, man. I'm like, what? I'm like, come on, River. Seriously, man. But again, I don't know that yet, but obviously Matthew Cratter called him out. I did a little bit of research on it, and yeah, they are back in the Core boys. And I don't know why. I don't know why Core is doing this shit. It's just crazy to me, man. Again, man, the propaganda that's getting ready to come out and the incentives that are going to be disincentivized for running a node, because nobody runs a node anyways. You know what I mean? So it's going to be even harder to not only download the entire blockchain, because there's going to be so much bullshit on it, but then it's going to be a bunch of BS on it that nobody wants to download. So it's like, come on, man. Welcome, Patrick. Yes, Patrick, do you want me to put you on the wheel, sir? Are you a Bitcoiner? Patrick, welcome. Hello, hey, GOW. What's up, brother? Let me put Jor on the wheel. Jor for the score. Put my man Jor on for the score on the wheel. Jor 88 cents radio. My man. Hardest working Bitcoiner on YouTube, dare I say? I know he doesn't like that flat form too much. Gray motion. I put Arnie boy here. Arnie. Jason, what's up, brother? Hey. My man. How you doing, Jason? G-O-Dub. Jason, you're... How you doing, man? Good to see you. Patrick Dolan. Hey, EOW. What's good, 88 Stats Radio? Did you bring Arnie? He's always there, I think. GOW. That is River's stance. They are back in core. Yeah, I saw that. Man. I saw that, bro. I saw that. Kind of got settled with buying on River for a while now, so that figures. Yeah. And again, I have the right to change my mind on things, right? And it's okay to be wrong. And I'm gonna say this probably several times during this little heat up battle. This is the 2025. I think this is the 2025 version of the block size wars. A lot of people don't. Some people think it is. Some people don't think it is. I think it is, man. And it's okay to be wrong. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. I'm wrong all the time. Just don't stay wrong. You know what I mean? And that's going to be the theme of this for me. Let's go, V. GOW. How are you? Arnie says hi and thanks for putting me on the wheel, Jerry. Okay, told myself something. No problem, Arnie. No problem, brother. You're how are you? I got a headache today, but we doing well. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little tired myself, sir. So it's all good. Thoughts on some people who say who cares about core versus not, just run a node, whichever node. Thoughts on some people who say, my thoughts on it is there's a lot of people that make the world go round, Sharper, right? And my dad taught me that a long time ago. There are people that are just are going to be extreme one way or the other. They're either going to say, now I'm talking about the Bitcoin knots versus core thing. Some people are going to be team knots. Some people are going to be team Bitcoin. Some people are going to know about nodes and just say, oh, don't worry about it. It's no biggie. Who cares? There's going to be those kind of people. Then there's going to be people that don't run a node and don't understand. And then there's just going to be people that, just the plebs or just the regular people that don't understand, like people that have Bitcoin on exchanges and shit like that and have no idea what a node is and stuff like that. So there's all different type of people that make the world go round. But the ones that are the thing about it is the people that are in the know and they understand Bitcoin. And again, you don't have to. And I'm gonna play my membership video today to show you what I'm saying, because I don't want to say it. But if you're a person that understands Bitcoin at a basic level, I don't think you have to understand every single intricacy of what's going on with the nodes versus knots thing, right? You got to simplify things sometimes, right? And I talked about that in my membership video, and I'm going to show that video today for two reasons. One, I want you to know exactly where I stand, and two, it's kind of like a commercial for what you'll get with the membership videos. So my thoughts on them, Sharper, is hopefully we can get them to take a stand one way or the other. But some people are just not going to do that. Some people call them fence riders. I don't know. Everybody has their right to their opinion, man. Hey, Jared, I never got my sats from yesterday. Yeah. I don't have your wallet, brother. Your address. I tried to send them to you, but it didn't work. Thanks for coming back, bro. What's your speed address, brother? Because I definitely tried to send those to you. I got LOL Carbone at, is it speed? Sharper, so these peeps do not know nothing. They are followers and don't know nothing about true money, in my humble opinion. Yes. Hello, Sakura. How are you, ma'am? Good to see you. People are going to argue about this stuff, man. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person where I'm not going to take it personal with the people that I know personally. You know, I'm not going to say, oh, if you don't like knots and you're going to run core, or if you're a fence rider, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to be like that. But again, you know, I would advise them to not put their head in the sand and be an ostrich about it and just look into it. And you know, because there's some people that just don't want to deal with it. They go, oh, I don't want to deal with it. I get that. I don't want to deal with this shit either, man. Trust me, I don't. But again, this is the base layer of our money. And if we're spending this much time and putting all of our resources and time and energy into it, and then we have this attack on it, bro, we got to turn around and look and say, what the hell's going on over here, man? That's my stance on it, though. You know what I mean? But everybody's different, bro. Everybody's different. LOL. Again, it takes a lot of people to make the world go around. My dad's always told me, you know. GOW eating chicken strip basket from DQ, Lauren. Okay. GOW, did you get him sauced and tossed? Nope, with gravy. Nice. Great motion, fair answer. I'm running knots myself. Good, man. I'm glad, Sharper. You know what I mean? I'm definitely running knots. I had to do it, brother. Still yum, yes. So it's hello cabrones. Okay, let's try that. Thanks for coming back, brother. I think I had S at the end and no E. That's why I think I messed it up. Cabrones. LOL. Oh, you know what happened? I think it spelled carbon on my thing. That's what happened. It switched the R into B. That's what happened, brother. Cabrones. Okay. Copy. Sorry about that, sir. There you go, man. Sorry about that, brother. Thanks for your patience. With the ES, got you. GOW Junior. Hey, little lady. Hey. Pop quiz. Can the 50 Bitcoin in the Genesis block 0 be spent? No, it cannot. Hey, fam, I'm side hustling, but listen in the background. Okay, VHF. Appreciate you, brother. Very much. Hey, Scotty. Just sending 99 sats. Jeff Boo's comment about the only way it fails if the people let it comes to mind. Jeff Boo's comment about the only way it fails if the people let it comes to mind. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, again, man, if you love Bitcoin, you know, and you don't want this thing to fail, you know, I'm not saying it's going to fail, right? But, you know, during my little research, and again, I don't know shit, but, you know, again, it decentivizes people from running their nodes. And I'm gonna show the video on that later. It's all good, Jerry. Thanks for the honesty. I will always be here. No doubt, Allah. I got you now, man. It just when I typed it into my notepad and my iPad and my iPhone, I think it just auto corrected and switched the carbon to carbon. I think that's what happened. How's my freedom fam? Hey, Emily, how are you, sweetheart? Good to see you. Put VHF in here. VHF, good to see you as well. Emily, the beautiful one. Welcome in as always. 5566. Emily get sats. The lovely Emily. Always a pleasure to have her here. Doesn't Satoshi hold the Genesis block, Ray? So I'd say no. I'd say no too. Hello, Jerry and friends. Hello, Emily. Emily, VHF, Gray and V. Boom. Yes. When I was new and did not know where to look, I asked for opinion, took those opinions as a starting point to research and made up my own mind, but still keep open mind because I still don't know all. Exactly. That's what I'm doing. And I'm still like that, Lauren. I still don't know if I'm right about this, but it sounds like based on the information that I have, and again, my answer is subject to change because you always have to be fluid with the world. You always have to be ready to change your mind. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind based on the information you get. I was a Democrat for 35 years of my life. You know what I mean? And yes, the Democrat Party changed, but the inner workings of the Democrat Party, once I found out what they were, I left them in 2010 when I was 35. I left them and never looked back. You know what I mean? And again, I could be wrong about this situation, but based on the information I have now, you know, I'm with keeping Bitcoin as a monetary situation, just a monetary base layer. I don't want anything going in the blocks except Satoshis. Hey there, Emily. VHF, grind it out, bruh. Yes, Emmy Queenie. Hey, good afternoon, Emzo. Satoshi has the keys to the wallet, but made the coins unspendable. Yep, that is the answer. How's it going, V? Hi, Emily, VHF. See, Jor gave y'all a few minutes to look up the answer before he said, let me just give him the answer. Hi there, my sensei, Samantha, V, Jor, VHF, Cabron, GOW. Pick a side, but it's still okay to change if you find out you are wrong. You are wrong. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. And if you don't want to pick a side, I'm not going to not be your friend or whatever. But it's just like, I don't want to call anybody an ostrich. But when you put your head in the sand and say, I just don't want to deal with this and all this, I'm just like, I get it. I get it. But I don't want to deal with it either. You know what I'm saying? But some things you got to fight for, in my personal opinion, my view. Hello there, hello, Jerry and Freedom fam. Drop a like at the door. Hey, Quinn, how are you, honey? Good to see you, sweetheart. 3-6. The lovely Quinn. Did I say Emily? Quinn, I meant. If I said Emily. When I say lovely, I say Emily. How you doing, Quinn? Quinn the winner. How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. How are you today, Quinn? Jordan, Arnie, Emily. Good to see you, Quinn the winner. Yes. Sin. Hello, Sharper. Sin Cabron. Sin. Salute to you. VHF. The reason why is there is no previous block. If you don't know how blocks work, it's simple. Each block references the hash of the previous block. There was no previous block. There you go. There you go. Always giving us the information. Appreciate that, bro. Hi, Em with a heart. Hey, Trent. Wow. Thank you, Trent. I will give you your shout outs when you come in. Thank you so much, Trent. Great motion. He's got his streak going, boy. Thank you so much, Trent. You know that helps with the payroll, brother. Great motion. Angel, Ivan, Secura. Boom. You as well, Emily. Hello, Sharper. Sensei, V, Lauren, Jor, VHF. Hello. How's it going, Gray? Sharp says, Quinn the winner. Hey, Quinner. Emily. I like that name, Quinner. Hi, Quinn the winner. I'm not feeling good today. I cannot keep my blood pressure up. I feel like crap, but I am happy to be here with the fam as always. Can't keep your blood pressure up. Huh. Usually it's keeping it down. We can't keep it up, huh? Okay, honey. Let us know how you doing. Hello, Samantha and Gray. In the stream, yeah, we'll let you know where we're in. Okay. Quintessential. Yes. Like that name too. Oh, I see. The Genesis 50 blocks are unspeakable due to no history previous to them. Unspendable, yeah. Apparently those blocks and walls from Satoshi will be passed down to Samantha, right? Yeah. I think so. Lauren, I think so. Quinny Pooh, good to see you. Hey, Quinn the winner. 88 SAS Radio. Salute to you, sir. Saying Quinn not feeling the best, but I hope you feel better soon too. Yep. Quinn the winner, take care of yourself. I can't keep mine down. Huh. Yeah, that's usually what it is. I love you guys so much. I look forward to this. Thank you, V. We look forward to having you, sir. Quinn, I hope you feel better. Hang with us. We'll cheer you up. Yeah, we'll get your blood pressure up, Quinny. Don't worry. VHF, Quinn the winner. You should take care of yourself. Yes. Hope you feel better, Quinny. Hey, Sharper the King. Yeah. And again, guys, we're just cruising. So far, we're in Rex Timber, they call it. We're up right now so far. We're up a few thousand in the first day or two. So it's okay. And then gold hit his all-time high, and silver's over $40 an ounce. Did you guys see that? All my old gold and silver precious metal channels were doing it, and I got a bunch of emails telling me, hey, Jerry, you're wrong. Look. I said, okay, well, I think Bitcoin's gone up a lot more than that, but okay. But hey, I'm happy for them because we trail right behind them. You know what I mean? I hope you feel better. I'm sitting at about 84/55 all day. Great. It's a shame we can't meet in the middle, Emily. Don't I know it? Yeah. Give her some. Give her some. Wreck timber. Yep. Wreck timber, sir. Apparently, it was a rough stream last night. LOL. Yes, it was, sir. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. November 260K. Thanks, Jerry. No doubt. I'm not. Hey, I hope it doesn't, to be honest, Sharper. But it's probably gonna do something like that, man. You know what I mean? So load up now, Sharper. He says, thanks, Jerry. Great. Samantha, I am currently in bed with a freeze pop and water in an attempt. LOL. Okay. Send note to self. Help get Queenie's blood pressure up while simultaneously help keep Jerry's blood pressure down. Challenge accepted. Saying that's gonna be impossible, man. Note to self. Help get Queenie's blood pressure up while simultaneously helping to keep Jerry's blood pressure down. Challenge accepted. Well, you bring mine up all the time, making me laugh, man. So I don't know how you're gonna. I can't show Maria today. I can't, man. I can't. Quitter scroll X for a while always makes my blood pressure go up. Yeah, it will. It will. Jor, it was rough. I don't remember. That's why I'm not on X. I'm on both. I'm on X and on Nostr. Sharpen sword. Put the pipe down. Yes. All the places I used to buy metals from were emailing me today. Yeah, it's up, man. It's up. It is up. Thank you, Sin, and that's a challenge. I wish you luck on, Jor. I don't have an X account for that reason. I ain't no punk, Jerry. I know that's right, Sin. If anybody can do it, it's you, bro. I don't put nothing past you, Sin. Nothing. Can you eat something salty, Quinn? What happened last night? I don't know. We were laughing. I don't know. Grandson got hurt for a second, but he's okay now. I had some mega salted fries for dinner, Emily. I think it's why I need this popsicle right now. I have POTS, so this happens sometimes. Oh, POTS. Okay. Great motion. Just referring to what Jerry posted on Signal. Yeah. That's what I posted. Sure did. I asked Jeff Booth on the podcast about Knott's versus Core. He pointed out the fact that Bitcoin should remain as money and store of value. And so, therefore, why would we want monkey JPEGs? I don't know. Am I stupid or something? Is that just common sense to me? Do I need to know anything else besides that? I don't know, man. I don't know. Sharpen the sword. It's all good, my friend. Well, guys, listen, I'm about to reward you with something. Since you guys are here early, I'm going to show you my membership video. All right. Before we do a spin, I'm going to show you my membership video for a commercial and for you know where I stand with this. And we're gonna talk about it. Here goes Scotty Sin to you. Scotty sends in 99 sats. Thank you, Scotty. He says, Sin, get Jerry to send a lot of sats to Quinn. That should work, he says. Okay. Great Mo Sant Monkey. Okay. Pepe, the tariffs will be overturned and we'll start the bull run. Okay. Pepe, you say a lot of dumb shit, man. Joey, you just had him on the podcast, right? Yeah. Pepe. All right. So without further ado, this is what I'm saying. This is a members video. So hide your children, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be cursing in this a little bit. So I'm angry. I'm at the park, and this is Terry, not Jerry. So keep that in mind. All right. Without further ado, let's take a look at it. Hey, party on, dancing in September, party on, September, party on. September. Go around. Pick up that motorcycle. What's up, guys? It is Monday, September 1st, 2025. Terry here, ladies and gentlemen. This is for the members only. What's up, guys? Thank you for your membership. I appreciate that. We're at the park real quick, and I got to be honest, man. I had to take a woosah before I made this video, and I said, you know what? I don't want to come across as angry Terry, but this is Terry. So don't get me wrong. When you see this on, usually this is Terry. Jerry's alter ego, I guess. But be careful. But I want to talk about this core versus not stuff, aka traders versus real Bitcoiners, or whatever you want to call it. And I got to say, man, I have drawn the line in the sand with this, and I am picking side. And yes, I am territorial. I've been called, "Are you territorial?" Absolutely, I'm territorial. What this reminds me of, and again, from somebody that comes from a God, family, country, Bitcoin standpoint, there's always that what is it called? The yin and the yang, the good and the evil. You know what I mean? And I tend to go to the good side. Not always in my life. I'm not perfect, not even close. But to me, again, this is not completely black and white, but it's very, very dark shade on one side and a very light shade on the other one. Again, there's always nuances and stuff like that. I get that, but I got to be honest, man. And again, my mind is subject to change, okay? But based on the information that I have now, and people kill me with this, people don't want to pick a side because, you know, there's high level stuff and this, that, and the third. And I get that. You know, politics are high level stuff. There's stuff that I don't even come close to thinking that I know about in politics. There's so many closed door, behind the scene meetings, and a lot of things that are in the inner workings of the federal government, state level, local level. There's all kind of stuff that I don't have any idea about. But on a high level, you know, zooming out, looking down, I mean, again, just because I don't know all the, you know, microscopic details, that doesn't mean I can't say I picked one side or the other, okay? And I am definitely on the Bitcoin not side, or AKA the people that want to keep Bitcoin as a monetary network. Again, man, this reminds me of the, let's just say, the patriot side of America versus the traitor side of America. What do I mean? When you look at the policies on one side of the aisle, and again, not one side of the aisle, but most one side of the aisle, and a few others that they call rhinos or neocons or whatever, if you look at their policies versus people like we call MAGA or Patriots or America First or whatever people, it's just night and day. You know what I mean? Just look at the policies, not the fluff, not the platitudes, not the talking points, not the slogans and all that other bullshit. We're talking about the real life shit that these people want and why they want these things, right? That's the question. What are these people's incentives, right? And when you look at it, that's why I picked a side. Now, again, I didn't know all the fucking answers, okay? But I do know good and evil. And again, nobody's completely 100% either or. What's that song by Rolling Stones? What are they talking about? Even saints sin, you know, sinners are saints and vice versa. I get that. Nobody's perfect. And I know that, right? Like all the people that are running knots, and Luke Dasher is not, you know, Luke Skywalker and he's perfect and everybody else is Darth Vader and the Empire. I'm not saying that, guys. I get that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when you're looking at a argument or a stance or something that you fight for, right? Like for instance, if I am a God-fearing person, I'm not going to be somebody. I'm not going to be around people that are devil worshipers or atheists or something like that. I just don't agree with those people, right? And when I say family, I'm not for people that like to blow up families or have a bunch of baby mamas or leave their kids and don't, you know, raise their kids and shit like that. Because again, that's not a family. Just because you birth a child doesn't make you a mother or a father, right? That's not a family. That's just somebody that had sex with somebody or fucked somebody, and you're just a fucking baby maker, and you weren't there to, you know, help and raise and nurture, protect your kids, aka your family, your wife, your husband, or whatever, or a cheater or something like that. That's not family first. So I don't fuck with those kind of people. And then the people that try to destroy my country, because again, it's God, family, country. Then when it comes to country, when you got these people, whatever level they're on, but let's talk about the federal level, if these motherfuckers are trying to go against what the framers of this country stand for, meaning the Constitution, how we declared our independence, of the tyranny and all this other shit, if they go against that and they're trying to, you know, shut me up, saying, hey, you can't say this or can't say that, aka the First Amendment, then they're trying to take your fucking guns away every time somebody gets shot. They don't give a shit about us. You know, most of these people on that side of the America Last party, the traitor side of the party, don't give a shit about black people, don't give a shit about anything but power and control and votes to get that power and control. I don't fuck with those kind of people. So again, my fourth tier, which is Bitcoin, again, God, family, country, Bitcoin, I will not fuck with people. I'm not saying, you know, fence riders, or I don't like them or something like that, but I'm not fucking with people on the high level of the Bitcoin core developers that can't give me a reason why they're trying to blow up our monetary system and let all this bullshit in. There's no good reason for it. Now, let me say this. I'm coming off fresh of watching the Bitcoin mechanics video. We watched it yesterday on the Sunday video, and I went back and watched it again. I went back and watched Bitcoin University's videos from the start, from when he started talking about it all the way up until this point. Then I watched his video today. Then I would listen to, again, a few of Bitcoin mechanic videos. I've been deep diving in this. And then I've been on Twitter. I've been on Nostr. And again, I'm not saying I know everything. I don't. Obviously, clearly, I don't. But again, man, when you see, it's really this simple, okay? When it comes down to it. Again, there's a lot of nuances, a lot of bullshit, but it's really this simple. Do you want a money network or not? Do you want to separate money from state? Yes or no? If you do want that, if that's what you want, then you don't want to run a Bitcoin node that allows a bunch of spam through your or relays a bunch of spam through your op return, or if they're getting rid of op return, right? Meaning they're letting, instead of, I think it's 43 bytes, it used to be, to 83 bytes of space through your nodes and into the block that you verify, versus now in early October, they want to do 100,000 bytes. Again, they're going from 83 bytes, which you can't put a bunch of bullshit on there, basically monetary stuff, and a little bit of spam. And again, what is spam? We know what the fuck spam is when it comes to Bitcoin and Bitcoin, on the base layer. Anything outside of Satoshi's going in there, into the block, period. When we say a monetary transaction, we mean Satoshis. Okay, cash doesn't go through their gold certificates, digital gold certificates or whatever, or fucking Ethereum, and none of that bullshit goes through our blockchain. It's Satoshis. And anything outside of that is fucking spam. Okay? It's really that simple. Okay? They're going from 83 bytes to 100,000 bytes and not allowing you as a node runner, if you have Bitcoin Core downloaded and you're running your node through that, they're not allowing you to not do that. So again, they're saying, hey, you don't have a choice because you're too stupid and you haven't been in long enough. We're the overlords. We know better for you. We're not going to explain why, because there's no good technical reason why they're doing this, by the way. And what is this going to cause? What are they doing? What's going to happen when this happens? All kind of shit is going to go through your nodes. And again, they used a very, very, very extreme example. Bitcoin mechanic and people on Twitter and Nostr now this morning, Matthew Cratter talking about CP. You guys know what that is. And again, they're not saying that's going to happen, but that's something that could happen. All kind of shit can go on there. Again, on a monetary network, you cannot stop Bitcoin from the outside. And believe me, from what I know, I have looked into this deeply when I was getting into Bitcoin, really deeply. I said, can this thing be stopped? Again, this reminds me of 2021 when the Trader administration came into office. And as soon as they came in on January, I believe it was 21st, 2021, they just let a bunch of people into our country at the southern border. And they said it's a free-for-all. And all these people had their shirts on, Biden shirts, Kamala shirts, and all this other stuff. And I had to ask myself, why are they letting these people in? Well, if you're trying to co-op or take over a country or take over anything, again, specifically America, because I'm an American, specifically America, you can't do it from the outside. It's very difficult to do it from the outside, okay? We do have enemies, foreign enemies, but we have some domestic enemies. And I believe those are the most dangerous ones. This party in control, and some of the neocons, not in control now, but that was in control in 2021, with these neocons and the puppet masters controlling them, they knew that they can't, come in and attack us through bombs from land, sea, or air, coming in, because they just can't do that because of geographically where America is. It's very robust, even though we don't have an iron dome or nothing like that. But still, it's very, very tough. With our military and everything that we have, it's very tough. Almost impossible to penetrate this country from North, Canada, South, Mexico. And Mexico's another thing. I'll get into that later about the cartels and stuff. And the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean, respectfully, you can't do it. So how do you need to do it? You need to open up the southern border and let our enemies come in and defeat us from within. And again, that's yet to be seen what's going to happen, because there's a lot of people here that fucking can't stand our country that's here. Well, it's the same thing with Bitcoin. There's only one way to stop Bitcoin. You can't stop it from the outside, just like America. You can't, right? And again, my limited knowledge. So what do you got to do? You may have to make the core developers, aka the people that run the nodes and keep us decentralized from this nonsense, make these motherfuckers an offer they can't refuse. Now, I don't know what that offer is, but all of a sudden to go from I think it was 2014, where they installed the op return, so there's no spam, aka nothing besides money or Satoshi's going through the blocks. They go from that to, oh yeah, not only we're going to blow up op return, but we're going to expand the amount of data that can go through everybody's nodes from 83 bytes to 100,000 bytes. I mean, I want you to think about that. You imagine the shit that can go on there with that amount of space. They're not going from 83 to 150 or 166, doubling it. They're more than 10xing it, maybe 11xing it or whatever it is, 11, 12x. I don't know what it is. The amount of space that can go in. Why are they doing that? Number one, it could clog up people from running nodes and decentivize people from running nodes, just like these other shitcoin node runners have done, like Ethereum. Because why? Because it's too much space. Right? You're not going to be able to download a node. It'll take you fucking years to download this. And 10 years from now, if they let all this shit go through. So they'll decentivize people from downloading the nodes. They'll let a bunch of nonsense and bullshit in so they can start their smear campaigns of, oh, look what's on the Bitcoin blockchain. Look at this. There's this on there, then that on there. CP and, government secrets and this and that. Oh my God, you guys don't want to use that. And they'll just make a complete smear campaign, and trust me, it will be on the mainstream media, heavy, and that's what's going to happen. So again, just like I use the analogy of when you're driving a car in the middle of an open road in the desert or something, and your alignment is slightly off to the right, just a tiny bit off to the right. You may not feel it moving to the right, but trust and believe, after a few miles or 100 miles or something like that, you're going to be veering off your target if there's somewhere you want to go. And the place that we want to go is fucking separating money and state. That's where we want to go, and they're not allowing us to do that by saying not only are we going to expand the data that you let relay through your node, but we're not going to allow you to stop it. That right there, and then we're going to talk shit about you if you say something, and then we'll say, hey, why don't you run Bitcoin nuts? Run that. Then when you do, they start talking shit when you do it. Again, man, it doesn't take a mathematician to figure this shit out or a smart person, because believe me, I'm far from a smart person. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, these people make me fucking sick, man. They absolutely make me sick. All the people that I listed before, trying to, be against God, go against the family structure, trying to take the families out of the house. Certain party does that, take a father out of the house. People that are just trying to destroy this country, and the people that are trying to absolutely destroy Bitcoin. Because I believe Bitcoin is money for the people, of the people, for the people, and by the people. I think it'll help all three of those things that I love: God, family, country, and that structure. I really do, man, because I believe God may have a hand in this Bitcoin thing with the 33 epochs and the Immaculate Conception and the Genesis block. And Scotty sent in 99 sats and said, where do I send donations to Terry? Same place, man. I'll send it to him. Many other things. I don't know. That's above my pay grade. But here's what I know. This thing that we're fighting for, or for me personally, I will fucking die for, is the only thing that matters right now when it comes to fixing the money or fixing the world by fixing the money. That's it. That's the only thing. And if you have kids or grandkids or nieces and nephews that you care about, you need to fucking fight for this shit. Who gives a shit about the people from the outside trying to, smear campaign and all this stuff? They tried everything. They can't do it. They're trying to co-opt people from within, and we need to stop that shit, because this money right here is the only way that we're going to break the system, stop inflation, and get our world right. And since you're a member of this channel, if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys. Just in case anybody was wondering, that's where I stand on it. So moving forward, the people that are here, you know where I stand. So I ain't got to say it a bunch of times. And I feel even stronger today than I did yesterday, because it's just absolute nonsense what's going on. Lauren had a good question. He said, whatever goes on the block goes on the nodes, then on your PC or server. Yep. Therefore, are you then responsible for the filth that is downloaded to your PC or server where your node is? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. If you run core and they put a bunch of and they do the software update for 30 and version 30, and they allow a bunch of stuff on there, this stuff goes through your node. Absolutely. Yep. Lawrence Stern, that part. Sharpman Store, good thing I didn't say long hits. Yep. What wasn't one of Satoshi's most important blocks a JPEG though? Oh yeah, Jerry, preach it. Thank you, Emily. Good stance, Jerry. Thank you, Great Motion, and thank you again for pushing me to download Knots, man. I'll never forget you for that, brother. Appreciate that. Thank you, Gray. Thank you so much. That's my point for Knots. Yeah. It won't happen on Knots, but if I think I know what you're right. Great Motion, YouTube. I love it. Love it. YouTube, love it. I look at all the sick music videos, millions and even billions of views talking about this crap. Yeah, exactly. If you don't try and stop it, then you're culpable. Just saying. Ignorance is not an answer, man. You know what I mean? And again, there's going to be some ostriches out here, and I'm not one of them. I'm just not one of them. So, anyways, guys, is there anybody new here? Okay, let's spin it. Let's do a couple spins, and then we're going to get into Matthew Cratter's video from yesterday, not the one from today. And then Bitcoin Mechanic, he made another video today. Oh, something happened on speed. 1,009 sats. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a lot of sats. That definitely helps with the payroll. 1,009. Thank you. Jerry, I just hope a few folks in here join us. I think we will. I think they will. I mean, that's why I lean towards Knots rather than Core. Yeah. Good, man. Good. But do your own research, brother. But yeah, I'm Knots, brother. Emptying my wallet, need to top up again soon. Oh, thank you, Sharper. Appreciate that, bro. Very much, man. Knots is at 18.3. Yeah, we're rising up slowly but surely, Gray. You know what I mean? But we just got to keep putting the word out. You know what I mean? The war against the masculine has been going on for decades. Yep. When our kids were going to school, they tried to stop our boys from being boys. We, especially Lori, didn't put up with it. That's right. What's up, Adam and Lori? How are you? Good to see you, sir and ma'am. Adam and Lori. That's right. That is right. And again, the only way they're going to stop us is from within, man. This could be the thing that destroys Bitcoin. I think so, man. Adam Bitcoin, boom, boom. Of course, brother. No doubt. Thank you, man. That's a lot of sats, bro. Seriously, thank you. Be right back, Jerry Coffee. No doubt. Hey there, Adam and Laura. Yep. All right, let's do a spin for the Bitcoin block of 935. This is why we're here, guys. You see these blocks? This is what we need to fight for. Without this, we don't have a network, man. We don't have money. This is the base layer. We need to protect this base layer at all times. This is why I celebrate every time a block comes out. You know what I mean? Because without the miners, the good miners, mining Satoshis and money, we don't have a network. So let's spin it for 935. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Let's spin it and let's see who can win it. Good luck, guys. That's Stush. Congratulations. Sorry, guy. I had to stand up real quick. Stretch my legs out for a second. Congratulations. You could be liable for through your note. Yeah. I think that's how they will get Bitcoiners in the future. Yeah. Didn't he win first spin yesterday also? Probably. Let's see. No, that was anonymous yesterday. Anonymous. Congrats, Stush. Yes. Hell yeah. Do you have my speed? I'm not sure. Just making sure. Let me see, brother. Let me see. Yes. Stush, I do. Sure do. Congratulations. How's it going, Sin and Lauren? GOW, hello, Pepe. How will they know that, though? Good game, Stush. Haha, Pepe. I think he's just saying stuff to get attention, like you said, Sharper. I think you're right on with that one, brother. Thanks, Jerry. No doubt, brother. Matter of fact, let's try it. Let's try to pay you. What do I have? I don't even have it on the wall. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, let's see if we can do it. See if it works. There it is. Congratulations. The future is Bitcoin, nothing else. Yes, and we don't want anything else on the base layer in the blocks. Very limited space in there, guys. We don't want a bunch of nonsense in there. 936. Let's see what's going on with you. Jor for the score. Stash. I want to run my own node. Should I use an old desktop or just fork out for a new start 9? I would do a start 9. That's what I did myself, Adam. It cost a few bucks, but I plan on keeping this thing forever. So I would do the start 9, brother. You know what I mean? And then run knots and not core, sir. But yeah, if you want to secure the network and make the network decentralized, that's the next step in this, especially you, Adam, because you're a leader. You know what I mean? You got to run a node, sir. Scotty sends in 99 sats. Better see if mine still works too. Hey, Jerry. Well, I did that because I don't think I ever used it before, man. So, Jar for the score. Okay, let's see. That's what I would do. Not financial advice, though, Adam. That's a beautiful sound, Jerry, isn't it, though? Let's go. Hello out there. Spaceman, you sound like Jor. Hello out there. He's on the air. Spaceman's on the air. What's up, Spaceman? How are you, sir? Things are heating up. Congrats, Jor. Good game, Jor. Jor, yes. Please give mine to Quinn or bring her spirits up a bit. All right. Very nice of you, man. Thank you, Jor. Quinn, congratulations. Yes, I got them. Thanks a lot. No doubt. I am getting ready to get the start 9 myself. Yeah, I forked out a few bucks for it. I'm not gonna lie. I bought it in 2023 and I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. I got the 4 terabyte one too. So start 9, server 1. Love it. Oh, thank you very much, George. That is kind of you. I appreciate it. What a heart. Yes. That's how you do it. Spaceman, hello. Nice, Lauren. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Spaceman. Came on jail. The 4 terabyte, yes. Yes. Spaceman, have you heard the song Spaceman by the Killers? Very good song. Jor for the score is the winner for 936. Let's see who can win 937. Look at that. Quinn, back to back. Love it. Look at you, Quinn. Supposed to be in the Batman theme song. No. Oh, no. Oh, my bad. I said that wrong. No. Space, man. I sung the wrong no song. Oh man. No. Space, man. Trent, thank you for the kind donation. Trent, I gotta put you on the wheel, bro. I gotta put you on the wheel. Even though you haven't been in the thing, but you already Bitcoin technician. This man does not miss a beat. Well, I was looking through my old phone, Sin and Sharper, and boy, oh boy, does Maria have some goodies in there. My goodness. Never heard of it. Sorry, Quinn. Good game. Quinn again. Hey, Quinn. No worries. Look it up. Look it up if it's your vibe. Yes. Jerry the Butcher, LOL. You know I'm the Butcher, man. You know that. Whoa, nice. Thank you. No doubt. That's it. Yeah. Space, man. I'm going to start yelling at Quinn the winner. Rig, get her blood pressure up. Right. Quinn, back to back. Can she do it 3 times in a row? Maybe. Let's see. Looks like Angel to me. Angel, you doing homework or what, brother? LOL, Gray. That might just make me laugh. That might help, though, too. Yes. That old phone must have a lot of storage. LOL. It does. It does, man. Lauren, it's on the cloud, sir. So, is Packer fam MIA? They're not in yet. They sent me a message. They're not in. They're doing something, which is all good. It's all good. It's all good. Angel, you're the winner, young man. Are you doing homework or what? What you doing? I know you're here, brother. I know you're here. That was block 938. Where we at on blocks? Okay. Right there. 939. Where you at? Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Hell yeah. Yes. Way to go, Angel. Can somebody explain something to me? V. Because I'm not really in the what is it? The little typing things and the chats and all that stuff. Why does everybody spell thank you tank? Thank you. Why do they say it like that? Everybody's doing it. First I thought it was a mistake, then I see everybody doing it. Can somebody explain that to me? Way to go, Angel. Congrats, Angel. #1 Jerry fan. Congrats, Angel. I am always here. Yes, you are. Oh, I forgot about Angel. I need to be tamed. Sorry. Yeah. No, he's good. He's good. Yo, Backpacker. What's up, brother? My man, Backpacker. How are you, sir? Put you in here, brother. Is the whole fam there with you, brother? Fanny. Anonymous. I just assume that they are. Flipper. Ooh, V. Yeah, buddy. Meme. Okay. Here's Backpack. Here's Baby Sisu back. Yeah, your ears must be ringing, Backpacker. Good game, V. We are here now. Haha. Backpacker, hey. Thanks for GZ. Backpacker, you made it. That's how they teach the kids now, Jerry. Spelling comes last next to reading and writing. Wow. Wow. TYM is thank you so much, but my brain reads TISM. Yes. We're all here. Got you. Good to see you guys. Hello, Backpacker. Hello, BTC Backpacker fam. Yes. Hi, everyone. Case of D, B Pizzle. That's right. That is right. And guys, we are here to fight against the tyranny. You know that. You know it. We got two enemies we're fighting now. We got to do it. Everyone, thank you, huh? Right. 940, where you at? V again. Congrats. Raymond, it's okay, bro. I am not a little liberal. None of that soft stuff. You speak your mind. Yes. No tanks. Senses. Greetings, BTC Backpacker and fam. Yes. V, back to back. Yes. Back to back. But you guys seen that membership video. Any level that you want to be a member, you want to watch a membership video. It's one of these levels, $2.99, $4.99, or $6.99. That definitely helps the channel, and it'll help you as well. Oh man, we just got 898 sats for $1. We got less than 900 for the first time. No, I got it last. Oh, I did it a couple times. Okay. Oh yeah, we did it a few times. So the price is going up, guys. So yeah, so make sure you do that. If you want to support the channel, obviously you can do it in free ways. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit that like button. Comment, share. It's all free stuff, guys. It's all free stuff. All right, we're all caught up. We're going to watch Matthew Cratter's video from yesterday. And he calls this state level attack on Bitcoin. Is it? I don't know. And he makes some pretty good point. Now, this is the video after Bitcoin mechanics video. Good evening, everyone. Ginger, what's up, sir? Good to see you, man. How are you? Very good to see you. We're discussing the spam war, sir. The civil war of Bitcoin, which all the shit coiners and the gold stackers and the Bitcoin haters are loving. They love that we're bickering about this bullshit. You know what I mean? But it has to be done. Has to be done. Hey, Dean, what's up? Hey, Jerry, how are you? I'm good, man. How are you, Dean? Very good to see you, man. I was a little tired before I started the show, but you guys give me energy, man. You really do. Good to see you, Dean. How goes you, sir? I played my membership only video earlier, so you can check it out. Angel, #1 Jerry fan. I just don't know your age, and authorities could come after me for influencing young people. No insult to you, though, young man. Just got to be careful. Yep. All right, without further ado, let's see the great Matthew Cratter do his thing.
This is Matthew Cratter's Bitcoin University. Today, I want to talk about a state-level attack on Bitcoin that may be in the planning. Here's the assumption: Bitcoin has been, will be, and is always under attack. And you wouldn't expect anything else for a protocol that is in the process of separating money from state and destroying the central banking cartel.
Boom. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. What did he say? Bitcoin has been, will be, and is always under attack. Why is that? Why is Bitcoin under attack? Why? What do you guys think? It's really simple, guys. You know that debt clock we show every day? That's why. They don't want a new system ruining their old system, right? They don't want that Trojan horse to come in. Believe me, these people know what Bitcoin is. They know they can't stop it. So they've had some think tanks and trying to figure out how to do it. And this is what they came up with. Opening the border, if you will, right? You wouldn't expect anything else for a protocol that is in the process of separating money from state. That's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen, and destroying the central banking cartel. And it is a cartel. Don't get it twisted. Ginger and Dean, boom. I am so damn cheap. I budgeted for the $4.99 membership, then had to rework my budget after it came out because I forgot about the taxes come out as well. LOL. Oh, thank you, man. Sorry about that, brother. Thank you so much for doing that, Lauren. I really appreciate that, man. I know we're tight on money, man. So I really appreciate you doing that, man. Seriously, I know you work hard for your shit, man. So thank you, brother. Really means a lot to me, man. Means the world to me, man. Hi, Dean, Ginger, Thanos, Silk Road. Yep. Absolutely. The smear campaigns are coming, ladies and gentlemen. And the audacity of the Bitcoin core developers, man. Just the pure arrogance of these people, man. You read, like, I'm looking at both sides here, and I'm reading Twitter and Nostr and all the arguments, and I'm like, you guys aren't making any sense. Give me one reason why we need to do this. You know what I mean? Sounds messy and unfortunate, yes. Hello, Dean and Ginger. Disruptor. That's what we are. That's what Bitcoin is, Sin. The disruptor. You're fine with me. I will be fine. I will be fine. I love this fam. Yes, it's a treat to the system. It's a threat to the system. Yes, it is, sir. Yes, it is.
So far, Bitcoin seems to have weathered the attacks quite well. Bitcoin remains remarkably difficult to kill. But as I've said before in this channel, one of the biggest threats to Bitcoin is Bitcoiners tinkering with the protocol. Whenever you change the protocol in even very minor ways, there's the potential for those small changes to have cascading effects that may be quite bad. The law of unintended consequences, the problem of unknown unknowns, these things we've talked about. Changing the foundation layer of money too much is a really bad idea for so many reasons. Number one, people don't want to save enough money that changes all the time. Are you listening, Ethereum?
I love his freaking his sarcasm. But yeah, when you're changing a monetary system like this, you got to do it at the base layer. You got to do it slow, man. Slow. You know what I mean? More like the audacity of those spam apologists. Yes. Audacity. Yes. And tell them I had to laugh at myself at how cheap I had gotten in my budget. That little bit messed the budget up. LOL. That's how it is, brother. When you become a Bitcoiner, welcome to the club, sir. Welcome to the club. Lawrence Stern, you need it replaced. What was in it? Sats? I think cash.
Number two, making changes to the base layer also causes problems for everyone who wants to build on that base layer. As Parker Lewis writes here, contentious changes to Bitcoin Core, including non-consensus changes, are a DDoS on anyone building applications. When people 100% are 100% confident they are smarter than you, when they act desperately to try to get you to run new code, and when they present very weak technical arguments, think twice.
Facts. That's what it is. You don't know any better. This is what's we're doing what's good for you. And by the way, you don't have a choice when we're doing it. Yeah, buddy. Oh, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Is yours? Okay. Thank you, buddy. Okay, go pee. Jenny sent in a Jenny Zap. Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate that. Trent and Jenny sent in Zaps are not even here. So I'm gonna put you guys on the wheel. Yeah, we know better. We know better for you, they think. The Bitcoin core developers. Jenny Legendary. So I'm not having it, man. Not on my channel. I'm not going for none of this bullshit, man. For real, Lawrence. So you need to replace. Love the sarcasm too. Any crude, dark humor, I love. Yeah. He always does that. Layer 2 and 3s. Thank you, Gray. Thank you, sir.
I think that's a very wise comment. This is one reason that I've been think twice. I think that's a very wise comment. This is one reason that I've been so appalled by Bitcoin cores wanting to blow open the op-return filters, which are something that have been in Bitcoin for over a decade now. Op-return filters were put into Bitcoin in 2014 to stop people from filling transactions and blocks with excessive non-monetary data.
And that's the key. They've been doing this since 2014. What is the op-return filter? It filters out spam. What is spam? Anything that's not money, ladies and gentlemen. They've been doing this since 2014. If you look at some of the stuff they were saying in the forums and stuff in 2016, they knew exactly what spam was. You know what I mean? So he's going to talk about the sizes of them and everything, but they knew exactly what it was then. But now all of a sudden they don't know. So you're with it before 9 years ago and 11 years ago when you first started 2014, putting the filters in. Again, what are you filtering with the filters? Again, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this shit out, man. And then 11 years later, 9 years later, all of a sudden is, we don't know what spam is. We're going to go from this amount of bytes to this amount of bytes. Why? Oh, you're just stupid. That's why we're doing it. You don't know any better. Huh? If you don't like it, run nuts. Then when you do, they talk shit to you. Again, man, these people make me sick, bro. I just made adjustments. No big deal. It was funny to see how tight I had got to put towards sats. Had to back down just a little bit, but no problem. That's what's up, Lauren. Thank you again. The spam apologies are basically becoming the Bitcoin Pharisees. Yes. Whatever Pharisees is. Laura, sir, yet you're not alone. Even though I'm okay financially. I got there in a budget. Yep. He's preaching right now, ladies and gentlemen.
And of course, Bitcoin is a monetary network, and so we want to use it mainly for that. The max data size for op-return used to be 40 bytes, but then was changed to 80 bytes. And depending on whether you count the code itself, it's 43 bytes and 83 bytes, but right around there. But now the proposal, and this is what's so crazy, now the proposal is to blow it open to 100,000 bytes, which is the max transaction size that a node will relay under current mempool policy. Can you see how crazy that is? Why is Bitcoin Core ripping out something that's been there forever and has been working fine? Why the rush?
Yeah. Why the rush? Why go from 80 to 100,000? Why? Pharisees, the religious zealots that push for Christ to be crucified. Okay. I figured it was something like that. Sorry, I got to get up on my stuff. This video is from this is the how-to video, how to switch from Bitcoin Core to Bitcoin Knots from Satoshi 21. And she talks about this real quick. Watch this.
Bitcoin Core before we begin. In the configuration file, under Advanced, under Mempool, you will see here a setting for max op return size, and it's defaulted to 83 bytes. So this controls how much non-payment data your node will relay. Right now, you get to decide that by editing your config, but there's a proposal to remove this setting entirely. If that happens, your node would automatically relay any valid transaction. So that means any amount of arbitrary data inside the block. These op return transactions are sometimes called false monetary transactions because they don't move money, but still take up space on layer 1. Removing the setting would take away a layer of control node operators currently have. So to begin, we're going to stop Bitcoin Core and we're going to go to our system settings. This word manage, you want to click it 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dev tools unlocked. We are now in secret developer mode. Under Marketplace, you're going to change from the Start9 registry into the community registry. Under the Bitcoin tab, you're going to see that Bitcoin Knots looks like it's already installed. And this is actually a little bit of a hack by the Start9 team so that your software thinks that it's actually running both implementations at the same time. So you won't actually have to re-download the entire blockchain, and you can seamlessly switch between one and the other very easily. What you're going to do, click on reinstall for Bitcoin Knots. So you'll see here we need to configure, and your RPC settings will be transferred over from Bitcoin Core, but it's always a good idea to double check that. For me, it's exactly the same. And I do want to show you here under mempool, the data carrier is the op return. Bitcoin Knots is not as widely used as Bitcoin Core, but it is built on the exact same code base. It has a stronger focus on policy control and keeping the base layer of Bitcoin clean and efficient.
Base layer clean and efficient. You see that? 42 bytes on Knots. See that? See the difference?
You can see here the default data carrier size is set to 42 bytes. Knots is leaning towards a more conservative spam policy where it still does support some op return, but the default limit is much smaller. And the idea is being that the base layer should mostly carry monetary transactions, not random data. At this point, it's really up to you as a node runner to understand your role in the network. The settings you choose, the policies you run do matter. And with proposals on the table to remove settings like this entirely, now is the time to get informed and decide what kind of node you want to run. Remember, we are what makes Bitcoin decentralized. Your node isn't just connecting to the network, it is the network.
Boom. Facts. Facts, 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 man. The more and more I dig into this, the more and more I know I'm on the right side. This is a monetary network, ladies and gentlemen. You see how Knots lets you bring it down to 42 instead of 83 or 100,000 bytes? It's crazy, man. They have to pretend to go on with bullshit delusion. Exactly. Maddie, hey. Hi, guys. What's up, Maddie? Good to see you, honey. Put you on the wheel. Terry's here going off. I'll put your Coco on here, too. How you doing, Maddie? Good to see you, sweetie. Me too, Samantha. Hi, Maddie. Maddie the baddie. She speaks the truth here. No tokens and double the fee for spam scripts. Exactly. Again, what is a spam? Anything that is not money on the base layer. Now, again, she said it. Matthew Crater said it. We all said it. We can't stop all spam. We never have and never will. We're not saying that. But again, why expand the byte size of the relays or blow open op return to have more fucking room in there to have stuff that's not money in there? Why? Why are we going from 83 bytes to 100,000? They never can answer that because you're stupid. That's why we're going to do it. You don't understand. That's why they're doing it. Right? Again, we don't need that much space. And when it does it, not only does it clog up the blocks that decentivize people from using money, because once you let a little bit in there, it's like cockroaches, man. You let one cockroach in, they all fucking come in. And that's what's going to happen. So again, I hear people talking about prices of Bitcoin and all this other shit. Yeah, that stuff is important. But at the base layer, right? At the foundation of Bitcoin. Again, if you don't have a strong foundation, you don't have anything. If you don't have a strong foundation in your family, or your feet are not strong, or your house foundation is not good, or your country doesn't have a good foundation, or Bitcoin doesn't have a foundation, we don't have shit. We get it. Spam is going to go through. Got it. No problem. But why expand it, though? Why act like you don't know what the fuck spam is? And why are you talking to us so condescendingly? Why? Why can't you give us one good reason, technically speaking, or justifiably speaking? Why can't you tell us a good reason why you're doing it from 83 to 100,000, and also not giving us the option to turn it off? You're saying not only are we going to go to 83 to 100,000 bytes, but we're not allowing you to turn it off either. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Hi, you battling. Battling, I like that. Battling. Hi, Maddie. I believe I followed her on Nostr, Satoshi. Yeah, I love her. I wish I knew what was being said. You got to study, brother. That's all. Just keep studying. I don't fully understand neither, Adam. You know what I mean? But we're learning together, sir. She put out another one to show peeps different ways to run a node. Nice. I love that young lady, man. Adam Bitcoin using LLM chatbot to explain her video and break it down. That is how cockroach move. When there is one, there is many. Exactly. Adam Bitcoin, watch her at regular speed and then keep digging. Yeah, I speeded it up a little bit. But you guys get the point. Let's get back to Matthew.
Why the aggression? Why are they trying to push through a highly contentious update so quickly? Crazy. Now the proposal is to blow it open to 100,000 bytes, which is the max transaction size that a node will relay under current mempool policy. Can you see how crazy that is? Why is Bitcoin Core ripping out something that's been there forever and has been working fine? Why the rush? Why the aggression? Why are they trying to push through a highly contentious update so quickly? And then why do they mock people who are choosing to dump Core and move to a different node implementation like Bitcoin Knots, like many of us have been doing? Flaming Hodl here says, Core devs ignored node runners' concerns with op return. They suggested if we weren't happy, we should just run Knots. So we did, and now they complain all day, every day about Knots, Luke Dasher, and Bitcoin Mechanic.
A hit dog a holler. That's why. It's almost akin to like, let's just say you broke up with a girl or something, right? And then you say, you know, you don't like her. I don't like you. I don't want to be with you or whatever. And then some other guy likes her. And you say, go be with him. I don't give a shit. Be with him. And then she gets with him. Then you start talking shit. Oh, why you with him? Well, you said to go be with somebody else. You said you didn't want to be with me anymore. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I'm all this other stuff. Then I get with the person that you said it was okay to do it. If you don't like me, go with them. Then I go do it. Then you're talking shit. Again, a hit dog or holler. Again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, man. What's up, Greg? Philly? This all may be a step that is needed to be done for something else needed later that they have planned as well. We still are not aware of yet. Yeah, exactly. Again, they boil the frog nice and slow. They just make little bit changes. The problem is they went too far. We're not regular people here. We're not sheeple here, right? They try the same thing that the mainstream media and the rest of them do to the sheeple and the stupid people. You can't do that kind of shit to Bitcoin. We guard this shit with our fucking life, man. You can't change this stuff at the base layer and think, oh, okay, we're stupid because you said so. Okay, cool. We'll just stick with it. Absolutely fucking not, man. Not me, and I know it ain't you.
They didn't expect that Knots could threaten their position. Chicago Huddle says something similar, making fun of Shinobi here. Brian trolls, quote, running Knots accomplishes absolutely nothing, but I'm going to spend my entire waking day bitching and moaning about people running it to try to convince them not to run it, even though running it has no consequences. This is the sort of circular pretzel logic they've gotten into. If you're finding this video interesting so far, I'll just pause really briefly here to ask you to help to support this channel's educational mission. Hit the subscribe button. That does really help. Leave a like, leave a comment, question, suggestion for a future video. Share this video with a friend or family member. So here's the really important thing and why I'm making this video today. There's been a development over the weekend that suggests that blowing open the op return filters may be an outright attack on the Bitcoin network as a whole. Bitcoin Mechanic has suggested that the latest changes to Bitcoin Core may be an attack on Bitcoin node runners, forcing them to download and relay the worst kind of images and videos that you could possibly imagine. That is illegal, explicit content involving minors. And I'm going to call it CP for short in order to avoid triggering the algorithm. As I posted here, is Bitcoin Core version 30 and a nation state level attack on Bitcoin that forces Bitcoin node runners to host and distribute CP. Extremely disturbing. And this is the link. I'll put a link to this in the description notes below so you can watch Mechanic's latest video. Also put a link to it so you can watch it on YouTube. Now, in every civilized country on earth, if you have this kind of stuff on your computer, you're risking jail time, as you should be. Creative excuses won't work and probably shouldn't work because we're talking about something so horrific that we can.
I think so. I think this is the 2025 block size war. Sharper. Absolutely agree. This is block size war 2.0. The more I learn, the more I don't know. Just keep on swimming. Yes, absolutely. Keep on learning. I don't know shit, Adam. So I'm with you, brother. I can say I was there. Yeah, we're here for this one. I wasn't there for the block size wars, but when I look back at it, and when I look at it from a high level down, I looked at it and said, "Oh yeah, the block size. Yeah, we need to keep the block small. Why would he make them big?" And that's what side I would have been on. You know what I mean? And it just again, it's common sense, and it ain't common, by the way. Small correction though, Jerry. Op return is not really a filter; it's more a method for embedding data in Bitcoin transaction. Op return is first, then everything else in the block. Okay, let me say small correction though, Jerry. Op return is not really a filter. Okay, it's not a filter. Okay, it's more a method for embedding data in Bitcoin transaction. Op return is first, and everything else in the block. Okay, I keep hearing them say something about filters. So is that something separate from op return, Gray? The mechanic put out another video a few hours ago. Yeah, no, we're gonna watch that one. We're gonna watch that one, sir. Hey, Emily, Samantha, Lauren, and saying happy. Hope y'all having a great day. Yes. A minute ago, Chris Johnson just posted he smash bought 1.5 mil of Bitcoin. Legendary move. Wow. What's that, like 10 Bitcoin? 11 Bitcoin? Something like that? Or 12? Damn. Damn.
Can all agree is so horrific. So what happens when Bitcoiners start running the latest version of Bitcoin Core, version 30, which is coming out, I believe, in early October? And this version blows open the op return filters and forces every node runner to start to relay this toxic garbage across the network. Every single node runner becomes instantly culpable. Every single node runner will be forced by the Bitcoin Core default settings to
Let's go back to that. He says, so what happens when Bitcoiners start running the latest version of Bitcoin Core version 30? Let's go to that part.
Bitcoiners start running the latest version of Bitcoin Core. Creative excuses won't work and probably shouldn't work because we're talking about something so horrific that we can all agree is so horrific. So what happens when Bitcoiners start running the latest version of Bitcoin Core?
This is your question right here, Lauren.
Version 30, which is coming out, I believe, in early October. And this version blows open the op return filters and forces every node runner to start to relay this toxic garbage across the network. Every single node runner becomes instantly culpable. Every single node runner will be forced by the Bitcoin Core default settings to relay images and videos up to 100,000 bytes. On my Bitcoin Knots node today, I refuse to relay transactions where the op return is greater than 40, call it 43 bytes. That's a
Yep. That's where mine's at. Gray. 43 bytes. Just like I did exactly what the people that I watched, that young lady as well. I said it today. I didn't even put up to 80. I don't even want that much room. I don't need that much room. Just give me 40, 43, and I'm good with that. Because I know my Satoshis, my money can go through that. I don't need any other bullshit going through that.
transactions where the op return is greater than 40, call it 43 bytes. That's a tiny amount of data, and that's not suitable for forwarding large, disgusting images and videos. On the other hand, 100,000 bytes is a lot of data. We're going from 80 bytes to 100,000 bytes. That's how crazy Bitcoin Core is. What are you going to do when that data contains CP, state secrets, highly classified information, and other stuff that it's criminal to possess? And we're not talking about monetary data here. We're talking about non-monetary data. It's one thing for your node to relay financial transactions that you're not paying close attention to, and you're not analyzing each one because that's just not really practical to do thousands of transactions every 10 minutes. It's quite a different matter to be forwarding actual images and videos, the possession of which is a crime almost everywhere, as it should be everywhere. Relaying a financial transaction for Al-Qaeda, for example, that's really bad. But if this is happening, it's really hard for the ordinary citizen who's a node runner like myself to know who the sender and receiver is. It's not reasonable to expect ordinary citizens to do chain analysis on their transactions and figure out if it's being used by drug dealers or terrorists. And again, this is a very small use case for Bitcoin financial transactions.
100% agree. As long as it's used for monetary transactions, again, you're going to have a few bad actors on there, right? We get it. I understand that. People are going to sell drugs. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. That's cool. I'm not the money police. Okay. You can spend your money however you want to, but you're stupid to do it because again, you'll get caught like that on the blockchain. Gray says op return is always first. Then what follows with the cap removed, 100,000 size pick would be what follows. Follow? I'll smash by $15 worth of sats, right? That's the conclusion I came to. Yeah. Have the blocks been changed to 100K megabytes? No. It's 100K bytes. Megabytes. Not yet. He said in October they're going to do it. If you run Bitcoin Core version 30, if you download version 30. Smart contract, tokenized titles, blah, blah, blah. All of it is not money. Yes, exactly. None of that's money. None of it.
As well. So relaying a financial transaction is one thing. When your node picks up a financial transaction from another node and then sends it to 6 other nodes or whatever, relaying an actual disgusting large image or video that's 100,000 bytes is quite another matter. Previous op return limits of 40 bytes or 80 bytes are not big enough to accommodate graphic photos, fortunately. Larger op returns can easily accommodate large graphic photos of these unspeakable horrors. So this isn't just an attack on you as a node runner. This may be a state-level attack on the entire Bitcoin network, as has been the intuition of Luke Dasher and Mechanic and many others for the past 2 years. And they've been shouting from the rooftops about this. People are finally waking up. In conclusion, making large changes to node software like Mechanic and many
aka a statewide attack on Bitcoin. Why else are these people doing it? Why else? I'm not saying that's for sure, but I put a high percentage on that. They have their own incentives, whether it's personal money, not worrying about making Bitcoin decentralized anymore, aka not making it the money that separates, the money from state or whatever. And again, why are they doing that? The question we keep asking them over and over again: why are you doing this? You know what I mean? Started smart contract training. I researched BTC and changed path abruptly. Yes. Why?
The others for the past 2 years, and they've been shouting from the rooftops about this. People are finally waking up. In conclusion, making large changes to node software like Bitcoin Core comes with a whole host of risks, both known and unknown. And that's why it should be done extremely, extremely rarely, if at all. Pushing through a rush change to opportunity, it just doesn't pass the smell test, as I've been saying. There are absolutely zero strong technical reasons to do it. And we've addressed on this channel the issues of mempool fee estimation, block propagation, Bitcoin mining pool centralization, all these things. All these things are there. They were already there. And this is not how we're going to fix them. You fix them by decentralizing mining pools using something like Datum and Ocean Mining. So there's zero technical reasons to push through this change. And the fact that it's being rushed is very suspicious. Bitcoin nodes have been doing this for the past 16 years. Bitcoin nodes have been filtering transactions since 2009, and they've been filtering op returns since 2014. And the network has just been fine. It's been just fine. So why are we ripping out these things? What's the rush to rip out filters that have been working really well? Do we really want to risk turning the Bitcoin network into one giant relay and storage service for large amounts of non-monetary data?
No, I don't. I do not want that. Do we really want to risk turning the Bitcoin network into one giant relay and storage service for large amounts of non-monetary data? No. I don't want that. Is it safe to say we'll never get rid of all spam? Yes, it is safe to say that. But again, if you run knots, you're only using 43 megabytes, 43 bytes. That's it. So, little tiny bits of spam can go through, but nothing crazy. What if 100% of nodes runners are using knots? Yeah, tiny bit spam always comes through. We've always had spam, but not to this level of 100,000 bytes, Dean. That's what they're opting for, and not giving you the choice to turn it off or not. It would be one thing; it'd still be suspect, but it'd be one thing, Dean, if they said, okay, well, the new version 30 is going to do 100,000 bytes, but we'll give you the opportunity or the choice to turn it off or not. They're not giving you the choice to turn it off or adjust it down, which is crazy.
Data that may end up containing the unspeakable. And what are we going to do if this data is 50%, 60% unspeakable? This is just horrific to imagine. Who's going to run a node then? What we're witnessing may very well be a state-level attack on Bitcoin node runners. And if you want to take down the network, the real way.
Exactly, Sin. What's up, buddy? No, I'm working. I'll be done a little bit. They have S-coin chains for that kind of storage. Hello, ETH, Solana, etc. Non-monetary chains. Yeah. Say it again, Sin. Not Bitcoin. Absolutely not. Use them shitcoin things for that. Spam will always be there, but limiting the size of the package keeps it safer. Yep. Exactly, Lauren. Bitcoin is an attack to they are not going to stop. Yep. The next few years are going to be a fight. Hang on. Stay strong. Yeah. We just got to keep fighting. What's the fight? You got to switch over the software. Get off of Core. Core's been obviously corrupted. Some of them, not all of them. I don't know, but obviously they're not aligned with our what we're doing. You know what I mean? I'm not here from number go up. That's not why I'm here. They're here. They're getting paid. Peter Todd is bragging because he let some shit go through on another chain or something like that for $5,000 he got. Who gives a shit about that? The older spam is always there, but you need to run special software to decrypt it because it's in very small chunks. But if the filters are removed, you would not need software to view. Yep. It won't be decrypted, just one solid high-res image or MP4 video. Yep. Yes, Gray, absolutely. Good points, Gray and Sin.
The way to take it down is to hurt all of it. This may very well be a state-level attack on Bitcoin node runners. And if you want to take down the network, the real way to take it down is to hurt all of the node runners like you and me. So if you're looking forward to relaying unspeakable images and possibly videos, then stick with Bitcoin Core. If you're not, then you really should be running Bitcoin Knots at this point. Again, this is not a scare tactic to try to move people into Bitcoin Knots. What we have here is a very terrible situation where Bitcoin Core went rogue, decided to push through this change against the wishes now of, call it 18% of the network. They pushed through a highly contentious change that was not necessary. There was no emergency situation here. And what we're doing is we're just reacting to the actions that Bitcoin Core has taken over the past few months. But now it's reaching the point where if you don't want CP being relayed by your node, you may need to switch to Bitcoin Knots. I want to finish with 2 posts from Bitcoin Mechanic. This is the perspective that has gotten missed. There's no context in which you would let random anonymous strangers upload 100,000 byte, 100 kilobyte files to your computer on a self-regulating peer-to-peer network.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Would you let that happen? Would you let some random person just download a bunch of nonsense and bullshit to your computer? At a high rate, by the way? No, you wouldn't. No, you would not. Under any circumstance, by the way. No more need for the 3D glass to watch the movie, so to speak. Exactly. Exactly. But again, we're stupid, Lauren. This is what these Bitcoin core devs think. Don't question us. You don't know any better. If you're not a developer or have the knowledge that we have, shut up. Sit down and shut up. That's how they talk to us, man. Dean, but if you run knots and set the filter, then you won't pass it on and it won't be on your PC or server. Yep. Exactly.
P2P network. The constant appeals to censorship resistance are a complete red herring. Mempool filters have never resulted in censorship, but even if they did, censorship resistance can never come at the expense of the people neglecting to take responsibility for what their computers are doing. Here's what's different with op return. Old methods of storing nasty stuff in the blockchain require tons of obfuscation to work. The data necessarily would get broken into multiple chunks, and someone would need to intentionally reconstruct it all, and people naively relaying storing it can plausibly absolve themselves of responsibility in doing so. Op return at 100 kilobyte size kills plausible deniability completely. You're downloading, processing, and uploading raw gigabytes of disgusting JPEG and MP4 files, and Core are for now deprecating your ability to do otherwise. They're ripping out the configurability of it. 80 bytes of op return is a couple of hashes or 16 by 16 pixel JPEG. No one can realistically do anything with that that's going to make running a Bitcoin node unacceptable. 100,000, 100 kilobytes is a different story. That's a low quality video of God knows what. And I'm sorry, but having a neutral monetary network does not require treating all data the same way. I'm expected to discriminate against certain types of data in every context. I just usually rely on third parties to do that on my behalf. Bitcoin doesn't work that way. It's on us to self-regulate. And if we can't, running a Bitcoin node is going to be rightly stigmatized, and no one is going to do it outside of tightly regulated environments. And then he goes on to put.
Boom. We have to police this. We have to do it. We can't hire a third party to do it. We have to do it. Because again, the Bitcoin node runners run this shit. Sin, Goliath, the Fiat system, is not going to lie down and die and fall to the feet of the chosen one, David. BTC, yep. The giants are realizing they are not too big to fail and are fighting for their life. Exactly. Exactly. And there's going to be plenty. This is like Lauren said, there's going to be plenty more where that came from. Plenty. Here's a question I don't have an answer to. What if people just don't update their core to 30? That's what I was going to do too, Jor. I was going to do that too. I was going to keep the 29 or whatever it was. But I don't even want to deal with these people, man. And Gray was like, "Hey, man, you need to get rid of that." And I did. And he was right too. So I did some more research on it and I got rid of it. That was a good question though, Jor. Very good question. Since these are funny, think I named my 150-gallon saltwater tank Goliath 10 years ago. I'm predicting that they will see such few numbers updating to 30 that they will back down and try something else in a few years. That's what I'm hoping, man. That's what I'm hoping too, Jor. But again, these people got their heads so far up their asses, man. It's like, holy shit, Jor. Because all they're looking at is, well, it's only 18-something%. Who cares? We still got 71 point something percent. You know what I mean? I haven't heard anyone answer that, Jor, or even talk about that. Yeah, it's a good question. Great motion. Commercial break. How you doing, sir? Good to see you, man. Commercial break. My man, good to see you, brother. Possibly, but 29 runners don't need to upgrade. They can stay right where they are. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do till you told me not to. My woo-woo mind is asking, are we being manipulated to start fighting amongst each other ourselves? I don't know. That's another good question. There's probabilities of that too. I can see that. I think they will attempt to try again once folks are distracted by a 7-digit or more fiat price to try to slip this in again when no one is watching. Yep. Kevin, what's up, brother? My man Kev, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Kevin, 21 Sat Street. My man. How goes you, sir? Yeah, I wish this bullshit wasn't going on, Sharper. There's always fights within the Bitcoin community. Yeah, always. They have 0% running 30. 0% running 30. Well, it hasn't come out yet, but okay, good. I'm downloading nods. It takes ages. Thanks for the breakdown. No doubt, man. It won't take that long. Do you already have Core on there already? Because I did it and it took me 5 minutes. My thoughts as well, Adam. Adam? Oh, yeah. It takes 5 minutes. Yep. No need to re-download the whole blockchain. Nope. Not at all. But see, Jerry, you're a smart man, and I knew it. One vet to another. No, I'm not a smart man. But thank you, though. Watch BTC session tutorial, Dean. Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there, man. I'm on the side of Bitcoin here and don't mean to sound like the a-hole here, but I don't blame them in a way. They are, after all, in survival mode and doing everything they can to make Bitcoin fail. Yeah, of course. Don't get mad at the enemy for doing what they're supposed to do. Is this Bitcoin Intel Pro? Maybe. Yeah, that's what I mean. No, I didn't have Core. I downloading since Genesis Blind. Oh, okay. From the beginning. Yeah. Yep.
In the next post, the most pathetic part of it, core devs insist that it being encrypted makes it not matter. That's absolutely insane. Facebook is obligated to kill CP on their servers and remove all of that type of content on a best effort basis. They don't get to say, it's okay, our users downloaded those pictures via HTTPS. And Bitcoin is worse still because all data must necessarily be decrypted when transactions are being processed and verified. Raw, contiguous images of the grossest stuff in the world is going to get dumped on your computer, and your tools to keep it to a required minimum and self-regulate are being set to insane defaults as in the new updated Bitcoin Core and slated for deprecation. That means it's going to be completely removed. The configurability is going to be removed. Giant operators kill Bitcoin nodes as being a practical thing anyone is going to run. And if that's not a state-level attack on Bitcoin or a possible state-level attack on the network, I don't know what is. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe and like buttons. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I publish my next video. And let me know your questions and comments in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
You got to think like your enemy, right? What would you do if you're your enemy, the enemy? They tried everything, man. They tried to smear campaigns. They tried this and that. I mean, this is a good plan, to be honest with you, if they're doing this. You know what I mean? Yeah, it may take a day or two, Dean, depending on the how quick your internet is and stuff like that. Obviously, it took me just a few hours a couple years ago. Yeah, I bookmarked those vids using Sparrow Wall, etc. Nice. Give up and join the winning side. Yep. How much RAM you have? It only 16. It might take a few days. Don't fret. Yep. You got to remember the enemy gets a vote also. Yep. The art of war applies to every aspect of life. This is no different. Absolutely. Absolutely not, Sin. All right, let's do a couple spins. The video he did today was good. He did today. He called out Adam back today. You guys want to watch that? We can. He called out Adam back and the CEO of River too. I was like, damn, Matthew was getting it in. If you want to watch that, let me know. We'll watch that one too. Scotty sends in 99 sats. Thank you, Scotty. The issue was why I started a note. This issue was why I started a note. I don't like the option being taken away. Exactly. Why take it away, though? That's my question. Right on target. As usual, Sin. All right, we're going to spin for 941. Let's see who can win this one. I need to hear more on River. Okay. Scotty, so hottie. Scotty loves the hotties. Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, sir. Hello, Jerry and fam. How's everyone doing tonight? Hey, today, how are you doing? Woke up bullish? He woke up like this. What's up, sir? How are you? Good to see you, man. We're just cruising. You know, just doing our thing. Jerry, you know how I feel about Adam's take on this via what I sent you on Signal. Yes, I love that. You talking about squirming? Oh my God, Sen. I should pull that up when you read it. That is how one defeats their enemies, by thinking like them. Small amount of RAM takes more than a few days. Yep. Hi, woke up bullets. Magic Moolah. Hi, everyone. Magic, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. How are you? I got some Magic Moolah. I'm giving away some today. Good to see you, sir. Scotty, hi, Magic Moolah. Be interesting. Does Bitcoin well mine, or do they just buy? Bitcoin well mined. You know anything about that, Jor? WB, MM, boom. WB, boom. Hey, finger pickers, finger pick. What's up, sir? Is that a phone in your pocket? Emily's happy, sir. Good to see you, finger pick. Very good to see you, sir. That's the thing for me. There's an option with knots, but Core says no option. Why? Exactly. That's all I'm asking. Why? Shut up. You're stupid. You don't know any better. That's literally their answer. You don't like it, go to knots. You're stupid. You're dumb. I'm paraphrasing, of course. FP, bam. Hey, Samantha, Sin, and Emily. Finger picked. Hello. Scotty99, you're the winner, sir. I know you're here. I'm here. Watch the vid. Okay, got you, man. We'll watch it. Hi, finger pick. Sharper. Terry said, sang this song to Samantha after he saw you, Jerry, with her. I saw you and him walking in the rain. And I haven't heard that song in a minute. Terry sang this song after he saw you, Jerry, with her. That's my song. Where the hell did that go from? Sharper, that's funny as hell. Lawrence Durst about Fiat. Yes. Sharper, that was funny, brother. Hiya, Peace Bug. What's up, sir? Good to see you, man. BTC Bugs in the house. Yeah, man. Matthew's been on this today, man. Put me in, coach. Y'all, what's up, brother? Damn, wait. Everybody's rushing up in here now. How you doing, y'all? I saw you and him walking in the rain. Hi there, Bug. Sharper. You got me, bro. You got me, Sharper. Booty, are you paraphrasing, though, Jerry? Yes. Yes, I am. But are you paraphrasing? Yes, I am, sir. They are deluded. They think people will submit to them easily. Yes. Yeah. Hello. No, I haven't, Gray. I'm not even sure what's going on with River. Haven't seen or heard anything. We're about to play something, George. I just remember when Terry sang it as he walked past my window. He probably wasn't happy when he was singing that, Jarver. It's a protocol centered around freedom. You have the gall, gumption, and audacity to attempt to remove my freedom to choose, kick rocks, and get blacked. Yep. Yes. I'm good, BFF. Say it again, Sin. Scotty, so how do you win 941? Let's see if you can win 942. I saw you and him walking in the rain. It's a protocol centered around freedom. You have the gall, you guys should attempt to remove my freedom to choose, kick rocks, get black. Damn right. Damn right, sir. All right. Ivan, are you here? Anytime. I saw you. And congratulations, Ivan. I don't know if he's here, though. He was here earlier. Yeah, boom. All right, let me spin it again. We'll do 943, and we'll see if he'll come in at 942. Ivan, good game. Damn, Sharp, you got that song in my head now. Jenny Legendary. Jenny. Right? Now I want to play it now. I want to play that song. I love those songs where they just talk through the song. You know what I mean? From what I'm reading, there is no actual evidence that River funded Core, and even if they did prior, it was the software that 99% were running, so it would make sense for them to support development. Very true. But are they doing it now, though, Jor? After all this stuff is going on, that part is true. What you're saying, but if they're saying it now that we're funding Core now, then that's a problem for me personally. Woohoo! Yay! Hey, yes, Jenny. Congratulations, good game, Jenny. But I might be missing some info too. We're gonna look at something. I can't be the only one that have that in my head, right? All right, looks like Ivan's not here. Thank you for coming in earlier, Ivan. Jenny, we're gonna go back in time for the block right before you won and go to 942. I saw you, Jerry. Be wary of those alley cat go. Yeah, right. Oh man. Shit, now you really got to stuck up. Jeremy wearing those alley cat coat wear, hush puppy shoe wearing. Oh my god. Where did he come up with that? I was like, dang, okay. I gotta be careful. Yeah, I said, what's to you, brother? Yeah, you the winner, brother. Oh my god, that was funny, Sin. Sid always following up, boy. Yahoo, yah, woohoo, yeah. Sharper's a fool, man. I mean, Sin's a fool, sorry. Sin is a fool. And Sharper's a fool too, man. On the low. Greg, congratulations, y'all. Yep. That was 943. Let's do 944. Let's see once more. I saw you in him. Angel. Congrats, y'all. Congratulations, sir. Angel's here. All right, we're all caught up. Now, Matthew kind of went scorched earth on this one a little bit. Sin's got comebacks for his comebacks, right? Right? By the way, Orange Juice Jones just so happens to live here in Houston now. Okay. That's my man. Orange Juice Jones. Angel, woohoo. Good game, Angel. Tell him I said what's up, Sin. Hell yeah. 2 wins today. Yes. So close. Good game, Angel. LOL. Congrats, Angel. No one, Jerry fan. Yes. Was my name up there? Feel like I didn't see it. Hey, Sonny, what's up? Nah, you didn't see it, brother. Because I didn't see you. How are you, Sonny? Welcome back, man. Good to see you, sir. Yo, I came in and went off top. Thanks, Jerry. No doubt. Thanks, Jerry. Hey, man. What's up, Matt? Hey, buddy. Yeah. Do you need something? Okay, I got you. Close the door. I'll get you a Nana in a second. Okay. Welcome in, Matt. How are you? 80 said, actually, River runs both Core and Knots, but recent events say that he supports Core. He might have to say that so he doesn't lose funding from the corporate world. Time will tell. Okay. Sonny, I'm working hard here in the background. Nice. Hey there, Matt. What's up, Matt? Long time no see, GOW. But it's something. Ain't that right, Jerry? What's up, Corey? Damn, everybody's coming up in here. How you doing, Corey? Good to see you, sir. As always. Corey, the dollar dude. Corey, you came right on time, man. They're getting ready to call out your boy from River, man. The CEO from River. Saying that he's up to no good. But I don't know. I'm not in the know. So we're going to talk about that, Corey. I thought about you because I know you're the River, man. Corito. Emily, the furry freeloader has to take his jammies to doggy school tomorrow. Be on the lookout for either an epic pick or one of a very ticked off furry freeloader. Oh, boy. What kind of funding would they get from the corporate world? Hey, there's Corey. Matt, Sonny, boom. Corey, hey. Got Sass. The Dollar General. Hi, Jen. Got Sass. Yes. All right, let's get on into this one. Matthew Cratter. Will Blockstream filter out CCAM? Will they? We'll see. Let's see.
This is Matthew Cratter's Bitcoin University. Today I want to answer the question, will Blockstream filter out CSAM? As a father myself, I want to start out by saying that I find this to be the saddest and most disgusting topic imaginable. And I'm also very unhappy that a lack of adversarial thinking across large portions of the Bitcoin community has led us to this place right now. CSAM, of course, stands for child sexual abuse material. We're going to be talking about censorship, we're going to be talking about spam, and we're going to be talking about CSAM as it relates to the Bitcoin network and changes that are in progress. This quote from Adam Back, as cited by Bitcoin News, quote, "You need to decide which is more important to you, censoring spam or having Bitcoin remain uncensorable. I know where I stand." Filtering transactions, I would say here, is not censorship. Censorship is, for example, when the government says not to interact with this particular Bitcoin address that's related to North Korean hackers. Filtering is not about censoring financial transactions. It's about your node deciding which transactions to hold in its mempool, which is the waiting room for unconfirmed transactions. It's about your node deciding which transactions to hold in its mempool and to relay to other nodes. For example, if someone sends a dust transaction to your node will filter it out and not relay it. That's filtering, that's not censorship. If someone sends you a transaction that contains more than 40 bytes of non-monetary data in an op return, your NOTS node will filter it out and not relay it. That's filtering, that's not censorship. And again, here we're talking about an unconfirmed transaction that hasn't yet been included in a block by a miner. All Bitcoin nodes have been doing filtering for years from the beginning, and somehow Bitcoin has survived. It's not filtering that causes mining pool centralization. Mining pool centralization is a big problem. We've been talking about it a lot on this channel, but that's derived from the peculiarities of Stratum v1, not because Bitcoin nodes failed to relay enough spam over the past 10 years, obviously. All Bitcoin nodes, both core and NOTS nodes, have been filtering out large op returns since 2014. Bitcoin NOTS sets the default at 40 bytes, and Bitcoin Core sets the default at 80 bytes. But this will be changing with Bitcoin Core version 30, which I believe is coming out in October. This new version will allow nodes to relay much larger op returns, up to 100,000 bytes per op return. And these op returns, of course, contain non-monetary data most of the time.
Yep, sure does. Scotty sends in 99 sat. Was the option for large amounts of data in the original paper, or did they ever have that option? That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. Gray, Scotty asked, thank you for the donation, Scotty. Scotty asks, was the option for large amounts of data in the original paper, or did they ever have that option? Good question.
Now, unfortunately, some of those unconfirmed transaction op returns will invariably contain very nasty images, including disgusting things like illegal explicit content involving minors, CSAM, as we said. This content will be only weakly encrypted with the key residing on your node. This content will need to be downloaded by your node, decrypted, and examined. And when that happens, you're going to have unencrypted CP or CSAM sitting on your computer. And then your Bitcoin node, Bitcoin Core 30 node, is going to send that CP to other nodes, that CSAM to other nodes. Bitcoin NOTS nodes, by contrast, will immediately kill this transaction and not send it to anyone else. Not because your node knows that it's CP or CSAM, but because Bitcoin NOTS nodes are focused on Bitcoin as a monetary network. And
ding, 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 ding. Bitcoin NOTS nodes, by contrast, would immediately kill this transaction and not send it to anyone else. Not because your node knows that it's you know what, but because Bitcoin NOTS nodes are focused on Bitcoin as a monetary network. Need I say more, guys? Seriously? Got my divvy Cindy's about a little bit more Miss MSTY. Nice. Hello. But you guys are on X, so I don't have first read knowledge. I gave up on X, Twitter, and F book 5 years ago. Be right back. Got you, man. Poison. Yes, it is. Nico will start a mutiny tomorrow. Yes. Can't wait to see that. Or let me know on the DL if he steals my phone. Got you. I hope it's a pic of him mad. He's actually so cute when he's mad, Jen. Yes. Hey, what's up, Megalomedia? I got you on the wheel, sir. How are you? Good to have you back. You're not wrong about that. All that personality shows. Yes, it does. Hey, Mega. Great motion. F book? Jen. Hey, Sharpen the Sword. That alone is enough for me, Jerry. Exactly, man. I mean, come on. Come on, Lauren. You know what I mean? Sure, I bought some MST also last week. Nice. Who created Bitcoin Knots? Luke Dasher. Got my dividends also $10.90. LOL. Hey, man. Sharpers are nice. Paid some bills and bought some more of Digital Manhattan. That's right, brother. That's right. What was Scotty's question? He said, my grandson, was the option for large amounts of data in the original paper, or did they have that option? I love you too, buddy. Huh? Eat that banana, buddy. We're gonna go out to dinner. We're gonna eat some. We're gonna go out. Bye bye, and go get something to eat. I know we're going bye bye, buddy. GOW, nice, bro. Great motion. Ask Pippin to send it again. buddy, come on. I'm working. Go out and watch Spider-Man. Send it. Yes, sir. Nice. What's going on with River, Jerry? I'm about to show you in a minute. Hey, Danny, how are you, young lady? Good to see you. She's back. Danny, hi. How are you, ma'am? We're getting caught up with the comments real quick, Corey. Danny, white paper was written after a block header with no transaction would be about 80 bytes. If we suppose blocks are generated every 10 minutes, 80 bytes, 6 times 24 times 365, 4.2 megabytes per year. Okay. Oh, long time no see, Danny. Yes. Welcome back, Danny. It's about storage size. Exactly. I've been on night shifts at work. LOL. Okay. We love you, Danny. Danny girl. Yo. Let's get back to the video, Corey.
It's a monetary network and thus see no need to relay large blobs of non-monetary data. We've been talking a lot on Twitter, on X, about information theory and whether you can embed data in various ways. Here's Adam back saying information theory 1, Luke Dasher 0. Now, information theory teaches us that all data is ultimately just zeros and ones and can be expressed as numbers, images, or other types of files. And so you cannot stop people embedding data using steganographic techniques. That's definitely true in theory. Of course, once you leave the ivory tower, you'll very quickly discover that not all data is treated the same in the real world. If you take CSAM and embed it in the Bitcoin blockchain using naked pub keys, you're a disgusting loser who's contributing to a tragedy of the commons. But most Bitcoiners who are looking at that mined block that contains that CSAM will not even know that it's there and are obviously not interested in discussing stuff like that anyway. They're not even looking for it. And it would require advanced extraction techniques to actually view that image if it was done using bare pub keys. Now let's contrast that with having an unconfirmed, not yet included in a block, an unconfirmed op return transaction sitting in your very own mempool that you control and that contains CP or CSAM. No advanced extraction techniques are required to view the CSAM. It's just sitting there right after the opcode, and it's very easy to reconstitute it. No advanced techniques required. This is what op returns look like, and we can see what's in the op return right here. It's very easy to see. And when you run your own node, it's very easy to see. Adam has made it quite clear. Adam Back has made it quite clear that.
All right, now we're getting into the juicy stuff, guys. Talking about Adam Back. Now remember, let's go back to his statement before we start this. 440. Look what he said, guys. Justin, you need to decide which is more important to you. Censoring spam. Again, it ain't censoring, okay? It's not censoring spam. Or having Bitcoin remain uncensorable. I know where I stand, says Adam Back. I don't agree with this, man. I don't give a fuck how long he's been in Bitcoin. I don't agree with this, brother. None of this bullshit. Ta-da! Yep. I don't agree with it, man. And again, it's about incentives. I don't know, man. I don't know.
And we can see what's in the op return right here. It's very easy to see. And when you run your own node, it's very easy to see. Adam has made it quite clear. Adam Back has made it quite clear that he plans on running Bitcoin Core 30 when it comes out. So I'm going to assume that he'll be running it both personally and for Blockstream based on his recent rhetoric. Adam is obviously founder of Blockstream. Here's Adam saying, I'll probably be running Core 30 and optionally a patch for preferential peering if someone writes one. There are strong, maybe stronger arguments that miner centralization risk is a bigger risk than JPEG spam. Of course, as we just discussed, this is caused by Stratum V1. It's not caused by JPEG spam anyway. And he says it can't really be stopped anyway. And so let's look where Blockstream is headquartered. Bloomberg here says they're headquartered.
Dean, you must be in and out, brother, of the chat, because he said in the beginning what it was. It's child, you know what. That's what it was. He said that in the beginning of the chat. Hi, Emily and V and GOW and Neo and Lauren. Yes. Question, what's wrong with wanting to censor spam? I censor spam calls on my phone. I don't want to deal with it. Yeah. It's all about the wordplay, Sharper. Again, slogans, platitudes, talking points. I thought this was supposed to be censor resistant. What are we censoring spam for? That's how they use it. It's not censoring. It's filtering. It's a big difference. Dean Child, approved material. Yep. Those steampunkers, OGs of old sure have changed, haven't they? Yeah, man. Yeah. CP, Dan. Okay, it's CP. Yep.
by Stratum v1. It's not caused by JPEG spam anyway. And he says it can't really be stopped anyway. And so let's look where Blockstream is headquartered. Bloomberg here says they're headquartered in Montreal, but they obviously do business all over the world. And consumers and businesses interact with their software, for example.
Good question, Jor. Jor said, wasn't Adam one of the main advocates of small blocks during the block size wars? I think he was on the block size war side, the small blocker side. If my memory serves correctly, can somebody look that up? What side of the war he was on? What side he was on during the war? I'm back home, and y'all know what time it is. Fire in the hole, VHF. Can I pay my bills with spam? I thought this was a monetary network. Yeah. Can I save my money in spam? Can I store my value in spam? No, we cannot. Yep. Yes, he was. I thought he was. What changed? I don't know. What changed?
The world, and consumers and businesses interact with their software. For example, the Blockstream app, which is a great app that you can have on your phone, and you can link the Blockstream Jade hardware wallet to it, etc. But this app is obviously using it. If you're using it in that naive sort of consumer way, it will be running using one of Blockstream's Bitcoin nodes. So the big question for Blockstream as a large corporation that operates all over the world, will your company nodes be relaying the CSAM that makes its way into the op returns of large unconfirmed transactions? Or are you going to filter it out? And I would ask Alex over at River the same question, because he's come out as a strong supporter of Bitcoin Core 30. He says, at River, we will continue to run Bitcoin Core because it's the only properly maintained Bitcoin node software. Well, that's not true, because with Bitcoin Knots, you basically get all the eyeballs of Bitcoin Core, plus someone who seems much more aware of what's going on, which is Luke Dasher, plus a couple other devs at this point. It's one thing to be storing a ledger of historical monetary transactions in
That was the River part. So let's go back and play that again. The CEO of River. When did he write this tweet, though? At River, we will continue to run Bitcoin Core because it is the only properly maintained Bitcoin node software. The Bitcoin Core dev team is highly competent and dedicated to the long-term success of the network. The current state of the debate around op return relay rules is the result of over-dramatizing a nuanced technical decision. Over-dramatizing? Really? Wow. A nuanced technical decision regarding TX standardness rules, running poorly maintained forks of Bitcoin with their own large flaws. Because of this minor technical debate is an overreaction, in my opinion. That's not minor, sir. I disagree with that. No Bitcoin Core dev wants no Bitcoin Core dev wants the blockchain span with data, because they are the ones forced to deal with the scaling issues and edge cases that follow. Then why are they making more room to get it, to have it go in there then? If that's the case, you can say that, but that doesn't mean shit if you're just saying that. However, the reality today is that the consensus rules allow transactions with large amounts of data in op return, regardless of mempool policy. So the broader debate here is twofold. We should read that later.
devs at this point. It's one thing to be storing a ledger of historical monetary transactions in your corporate node that might contain some dirty pictures that were deeply embedded in the blockchain in 2012 using advanced steganography. It's quite another thing to be actively relaying new nasty images all across the world in 2025. Nasty images that haven't yet made their way into the blockchain, but will probably be mined soon because you are actively participating and helping to spread them all around the world. A corporate entity must follow the laws of the countries that it operates in. And in all civilized countries, obviously, all civilized countries have strict laws about CSAM, as they should. And again, this is not just about viewing life through some sort of status lens. I would ask you, Adam and Alex, as fellow human beings who probably have children like I do, will you feel good about relaying CSAM around the world and actively helping it to get into the chain? Are you going to filter out those nasty images? That's the real question. Or would that be censorship? Are you going to call that censorship? Again, we're not talking about financial transactions. I'm fine with bad people doing financial transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain, to make that very clear. But this is something very different. These are non-monetary transactions that really don't belong there. And if they get put there in any significant quantity, this is going to cause huge, huge problems for the Bitcoin community. If you're able to...
That's why it needs to be stopped now. You know what I mean? You let it, you open it, you crack open the door a little bit, they're going to bust through. Back again, got you, VHF. Getting piss drawn advocating for maintaining a small block size to ensure decentralization and ease of running a full node. Yep, Gray. I'll give you my spam for your can of tuna. Right. Speaking of steampunk, your AI steampunk was really good. Great motion. Nice. Not too nice, man. Just a little toot and off to bed soon. It's all about the fiat. He who dies with the most toys wins. Yep. Again, I wonder if this is Adam that is posting now. If this Adam that is posting now is Bitcoin Treasury Adam, or is it Cyberpunk Adam? Good question, Sin. Good question. Exactly. People change, man. You know what I mean? They change, bro. So getting high as hell. When will this fight between Core versus Knots end, and how? Well, Jor has a prediction. He said they'll stop once people don't download the version 30. If we get enough people not to download it, you know what I mean? I don't care if they get back on board and are cool. I'll never download Core again. I'm not supporting those people. That's a good question. What do you guys think about that? Emily, oh, so you did check me out. Very cool. Thank you, my dear. I'm flattered. We gon' see, Samantha. Sharper than sword. Not sure if it will. Could be a fork, but I hope they come to their senses. You think it's gonna be a fork? Great motion. I hope so. Me too. All right, Jerry. Time for work. Talk to you later. All right, brother. Damn, I didn't know they could fork it for that. All right, Sonny. We love you, bro. Wow. Gray. Good night, Sonny. Sharper than sword. But you know how money corrupts. With corporations involved, it could cloud one's mind. Yep. If the core devs are getting paid to let this type of trash on the blockchain, is that the loophole they need to consider such trash as monetary transaction? Yep. There it is. 31 watching, 21 likes. Can we fix that before I check out for the night? Thank you, Jenny. Hit that like button if you like it. Sweating and smiling. I'm sweating and smiling together, Adam. Hey, Adam. Yes, you are. How are you? Good to see you. Later, Sonny V. Yep. Let's do it.
Huge, huge problems for the Bitcoin community. If you're able to easily filter out these nasty images from your mempools, and of course each node has its own mempool, if you're able to easily filter out these nasty images from your mempools by running Bitcoin knots or node software that has similar filters, I suppose you could modify Bitcoin Core 30, you could fork it and modify it to add these sort of filters. Of course, at that point, you'd probably be running the same filters that Luke's running in Bitcoin knots. But here's the point. If you're able to easily filter out these nasty images from your mempools by running Bitcoin knots or node software that has similar filters, and you choose not to do it, then it's really on you, both from a legal and a moral perspective. So Adam and Alex, I would say you're both legends that I look up to, and both of you have been very kind to me over the years. So this is not intended as some sort of gotcha. I'm trying to pick large companies rather than picking on very small Bitcoin startups. And River and Blockstream are both great companies. They can take this sort of heat. So this is not intended as a gotcha. Consider it to be my contribution towards the kind of adversarial thinking that I wish more supporters of Bitcoin Core would be engaging in 2025. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe and like buttons. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I publish my next video. And let me know your questions and comments in the comment section below. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Makes sense to me. Sounds like common sense. What's it sound like to you guys? Just saying, man. Scotty sends in another 99 sats. Thank you, Scotty. He says, okay, hear me out. They want people to panic, sell their coins thinking Bitcoin is over, then not make the change so the government can get it out of people's hands. Maybe. Maybe, Scotty. Maybe. Of course. You can hit the... Thanks for the reminder, Jenny. You can hit the dislike button if you don't. It helps the algo too. I didn't see you. Greetings, Queen Jen. Yes. You know, of course, even I need a reminder from time to time. Thank you, Jenny, for doing that, for saying that too. I appreciate that. Thanks, Jen. I forgot. Just listening and getting pissed about this stupidity. Yes, it's crazy. Thanks for the donation too, Jenny. Appreciate it. I kind of snuck in. Greetings, good sir. Jen, it might actually help the channel get in front of more people because YouTube loves the haters. Yeah. If you like it, hit the like. If you don't hit the dislike. Damn right. Kramer, I forget too sometimes. We all need a reminder from time to time. Right? I can hate it if you a few times if you want. You can trick the algo too. Don't like right away. Wait and watch, then like. Okay. Budget neutral ways. Hey, that's what they said. Budget neutral ways. Scotty, Sin. Some XRP Maxi guy said today that 60% of the Bitcoin hash rate is controlled by one single entity. Can anyone verify if this is true or false? Good question. Just being curious. Why didn't we all see this coming? Why wasn't it on Bitcoin white paper? Good question, Magic. Good question. My sats are protected by my 2A rights that were lost in a boating accident along with the sats. Yes. There's many Bitcoin entities running miners, VHF. LOL. Yep. All right, let's do a couple of spins here. Well, we've been here 2 hours, guys. We've been here 2 hours. 45. Oh, it's only one block that came out. Wow. All right, let's spin for 945. You guys get the point. We'll call it a night and do the all or nothing game. 945. Let's see who wins that. Unless you guys want to watch the Bitcoin mechanic video. If you do, I'll turn it on. Sharper. Scotty, yes. There are many Bitcoin. Yes. By the way, if you use a Start 9 to download Knots or Core, are there many things you can do on your server as well? Yes, a whole bunch of stuff you can do. That's why I got it, brother. I know many mining farms by different companies. Ain't no way 60% is same entity. Is statistically impossible. You got me stuttering right there, man. VHF, is this a reference to ant pool, Mara, and the like? Great motion, not 60%, but the large pools have ant pool control a lot of the hash rate. Yeah, they do. They sure do. Here you go, right here. I mean, these two, Foundry has 28.17. 16 plus 17 plus 28 is what? 30 is 40. 45? 45% right there, just with those two. Most any person can possibly have is like 5 to 8%, maybe. Sharper than sword. Woohoo, Sharper. I haven't seen it. Yo. Let's watch Mechanic. Okay. Good game. Send the Jen, please. All right. Jenny Legendary, your second win. Congratulations. I'm up for that video. Okay. Sharper than sword. Oh, thanks, dude. Also, is this really a game changer for us Bitcoin holders? It could be. Lawrence Stern, Jerry has a screenshot of one of my Start 9s. Yep. We are all still early. This long weekend, I was still introducing Bitcoin to people who have no idea what it is. Yeah, we're really early. That's why people we can't let it get corrupted at the base layer and the node runners, because if you try to get people to run nodes and their CP and all this other shit on there, nobody's going to run it. I think he said that 6% of the hash rate was coming out of China or something like that. Dude is a straight up hater of Bitcoin. Yeah. So I hit up a local food truck tonight for the best ever Indian food. Wait, for the best ever Indian tacos. Love the reminder handwritten on top of Jesus loves you. Nice. Damn, I wish I could have saw a picture of that. Jerry read it as I was asking the question. Actually, I was saying it to others so they knew as well. Read it as I was asking the question. Actually, I was saying it to others so they knew as well. Okay. Jen, wow, awesome. Well, then I guess it's time to check out Ethan XRP, right? Right? Yes. What am I missing? By the way, of uses. Yep. All right. So we're all caught up. Let's check out Bitcoin Mechanic. He made a video today to respond to his other video and what everybody was saying. So without further ado, let's listen to the great Bitcoin mechanic.
Hello again. Another update after my last video. I want to be aware and comment on what I see the reaction as being in general. A lot of people were alarmed by what I pointed out. A lot of people are just appalled by it and don't want anything to do with this discussion at all because they think on an almost superstitious level that I'm inviting the kind of horrible attack that can be perpetrated on us just by pointing it out. And I don't think you can avoid problems by sticking your fingers in your ears and pretending they're not coming. I'm trying to anticipate what I believe an what an unpleasant consequence of Core 30 will be. I'm trying to get ahead of it and demonstrate to the world that we can self-regulate Bitcoin. If we can't do that, and we reach a threshold of unpleasant content in the blockchain and a norm of it being in everyone's mempools, despite people having control over what ends up in their mempools, unilateral control on an individual level, all of this being full of absolutely horrific media, we're going to tell the world we can't self-regulate, and then regulation will be imposed upon us and we won't be able to defend ourselves. Philosophically, I already made the point in the last video that treating transactions as equal is not equivalent to treating all data as just ones and zeros. These are in completely different ballparks, and people have confused one fight for a much larger and much more indefensible fight. For reasons I've already stated, all UTXOs must be treated as equal because money has to be fungible in order to work. I cannot fundamentally say that I'm going to allow someone to buy a burger using Bitcoin, or I'm going to not allow someone to buy a weapon or something involved in some activity I really dislike. I can't discriminate against those two things. Firstly, because Bitcoin makes it basically impossible because of its pseudonymous nature, so it's pretty congruent with that anyway, which is great. But second off, more philosophically, I think it's morally defensible to say all UTXOs are equal. All $10 bills are equal. I don't care about its origin. There is no good money and bad money. There is just money. And saying one Bitcoin does not equal one Bitcoin means it's not money. Now, what's happening, in my estimation, is that Bitcoiners are getting high on their own farts and looking at this and saying, well, if all transactions are equal, as long as they're valid or invalid, being the only differentiator, and transactions are just ones and zeros, then are all ones and zeros equal? This is a very different battle, and it's one I'm not going to fight because it's indefensible. We cannot say that all data is equal because it's all just ones and zeros, because that's fundamentally not how the world works. Money is a weird, abstract thing. Data isn't. Data is just, if you have nasty media, that's something that you go out of your way to avoid. If you see someone posting disgusting stuff on social media that's not going to get them kicked off, but you find it horrible, you're going to block it. You're not going to want to see it. You're going to want to mute the relevant words. You're going to make sure that you don't come across it for very good reason. And people will judge you if you don't. And they're right to do so. This is the thing. Before we get into the blockchain, I'm just talking about people running servers in their house, that after Core 30, it's going to be normalized that these random strangers you're connecting to on an unregulated P2P network, which is not how anyone is used to using the internet, they're running a server for the first time, they're connecting to random people, and those random people can now, instead of uploading 80-byte contiguous files, can upload 100 kilobyte contiguous files. Those people are being reckless. I've run it through my own analysis multiple times. How reckless are you fundamentally for setting up a server in your house that anyone can connect to over the public internet that they can just upload random 100 kilobyte files to? It's extremely reckless, and no one would tell you otherwise. And the only reason it can be, it's attempting to be something that's placated as a legitimate thing to do that we're just going to have to deal with the unpleasant consequences of, is because Bitcoiners have this attitude of treating some specific type of data with neutrality. And I'm saying I can defend one approach. I can't defend the other by virtue of having to do the former. Bitcoin doesn't get to say it's an arbitrary file storage network by virtue of having to be a neutral monetary network. They're not the same thing. One is much harder to defend than the other, and it's wrong to defend it. That's the difference. If I have a server in my house that if I have a credible way of countering different types of data and prioritizing one over the other, and that tool is available to me and I'm aware of it and I don't use it, then I'm culpable. And I'm not talking about the legal implications of it. I'm not looking externally. I'm talking about me. I will stand up to the world and say, yeah, I processed a transaction where someone was sending money to WikiLeaks and you consider that a terrorist organization or something like that. I will stand up and say, yeah, I processed that. Well, I approve of that. So, okay, fair enough. That's not the best example. I will also stand up and say, I approve of a transaction entering my mempool that's a horrible person paying another horrible person to do a horrible act. I will defend that because I believe money needs to be neutral. That's just the reality of it. Just like I will defend car driving, even though sometimes people get hit and killed. I think it's on balance worth it. And everyone agrees with that. It's just if you frame it in a sufficiently cherry-picked manner, you can make someone look like they're advocating for horrible actions like murder or, deliberately assaulting someone with your vehicle. I'm not advocating for that. I'm just saying that I understand the trade-offs and I think they're worth it. I think the defense of a neutral monetary network is worth it. Neutral file storage is not. No one is going to say that because horrible stuff exists. Horrible media is out there. And you have the mechanism to prevent it from happening. If you're not using it, then you are morally culpable. You're liable. And no one is going to buy your excuse because it's the lamest, wishy-washy, techno-babble excuse ever of, if I don't turn my Bitcoin node into a file server that anyone can upload 100 kilobyte files to, if I don't do that, then Bitcoin won't be censorship resistant anymore, even though it always was, and I wasn't doing it up until this point. It's not a credible argument. It's a lie. So you're telling people I'm going to be a dumb file storage server where I have unilateral control over what ends up on my computer. I'm going to do that because I was told that Bitcoin needs that to be censorship resistant when it clearly doesn't. No one's going to buy that. And that's what this comes down to. When we come under attack because there's a certain amount of content in the blockchain that people are appalled by, we need to have a reasonable defense that people of principle and courage and conviction that can only come from doing things they are morally convinced of the righteousness of are prepared to stand up and say this was okay and I will defend having done this. No one is going to defend having run a node that was filled up with illicit media that they could have perfectly easily prevented, that they didn't need to turn a blind eye to for any sort of lofty ambition of making Bitcoin censorship resistant because it's demonstrably completely unnecessary. It's an indefensible thing to do. Running a Bitcoin node just becomes a thing that it's a thing that people do without any sort of moral responsibility or obligation to their own ethics. They just thoughtlessly do something that they wouldn't do in any other context because it's been shoehorned in backwards by people trying to shift the Overton window of what it is Bitcoiners will accept towards treating all data as arbitrary. I'm trying to find ways to put this more concisely for obvious reasons because it's just, I don't think this is not overly cerebral. This is a fundamental about what Bitcoiners are being asked to do. Bitcoiners are being asked to say to the world, hey, I treat all transactions as equal, even if they're people paying for stuff that we all find morally reprehensible. Bitcoiners are being asked to demonstrate that. And it's been hard for years telling the world that we're prepared to do that. People will sit up there and tell us, people are using this to buy drugs, and people are using this to buy porn, and people are using this to fund terrorism. People have been saying that against Bitcoin for years, and we've been saying, don't care. It's worth it to have a neutral monetary network. Now we want to change that into treating all data as equal. We want you now to justify actually storing illicit, horrible content directly, not financial records of people paying for horrible stuff. We want you to store the horrible stuff. Do you see the bait and switch? That's different. A transaction history of something that involved activity you don't like is not in and of itself horrible. It's documentation of something horrible having happened. Whereas media itself can in and of itself be disgusting and horrible, and you have the responsibility not to spread it around. And if you have the responsibility, people can say, well, you lack the tools to be able to do it, so it's still justifiable. But we don't. Filters exist, they demonstrably work, and they're not doing any harm to Bitcoin. So removing them just means...
To answer your question, Magic Moolah, well, do you know most protocols done their own way? Yeah, if you don't, what makes Bitcoin decentralized is the nodes. If you're verifying transactions with a bunch of nodes around the world, they can't stop it. Decentralized means not one centralized place. And that's what you want. But if you co-opt the nodes and people lose incentives or decentivize people running nodes, and then people start unplugging their nodes because either they don't want to download CP or they don't want to download too much bloat in the blockchain and stuff like that, then big entities will start taking over the nodes, and maybe there'll only be like 100 nodes in the whole world and be big companies. So that would decentralize it, Magic. But that's what makes it decentralized, is running a Bitcoin node. He's making great points. Exactly, Sharper. Wow, great points. Yeah, again, man, it's common sense to me. What's the argument here? I don't get it. Why would anybody that loves Bitcoin, that's truly to Bitcoin, to separate money and state, not be on this guy's side?
We are not prepared to take responsibility for ourselves. And the computers we run in our own houses, we are not capable of cleaning up our own mess. And all that does is invite an outraged mob of people riled up, rightly, over the content that is being relayed around a permissionless network and getting stored immutably in a blockchain. and it looks like we're doing absolutely nothing against it. And
Trent, what's up, brother? Exactly. What he's saying is he's skating to where the puck is going. It's not happening yet with all the stuff that's going to be on the blockchain because, again, there's not enough room to do it. But once they blow open the filters or whatever and they let all the stuff in for Bitcoin Core 30 and all the stuff's come in, a bunch of BS is going to come in and they're going to start doing their freaking they're spinning. Their attack campaigns on us. They're already trying to do it, but they're going to look what they're downloading, guys, and that's what he's saying, and it's going to happen, guaranteed.
then we come out there with this list of embarrassingly paper-thin justifications for being so lapse and so slapdash about what it is we're doing here. It's not good enough. It's not going to fly as an excuse. I can't defend it anymore. I can defend neutral.
Well, it can be infiltrated from within if we have miners and nodes capturing if there's more people running, if there are more bad actors running nodes and Bitcoin miners, yeah, it can be captured. Absolutely. Spin the wheel. Sister, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, spin time. Let me see what time it is. I just spun it. Let me see. I saw you and him walking in the rain. Okay, we got 3 spins. We can do some spins real quick. And I'd be the same. All right. Let's spin for 946. Let's see what happens. I saw you and him walking in the rain. God, Sharper, you got that song on my mind. Sharper, look at that. You were holding. Sharper, congratulations. I've done enough. I've done enough damage here tonight with my own talk. Besides, miners are making the room pretty warm. Y'all have a great night. Peace out, my friends. All right, great. Peace out, brother. Thank you, man. I saw you. VHF, you know what they say about a man who argues with fools. Save your oxygen, brother. Yep. Exactly. I guess the only way this ends is if core devs change their mind. I just don't see it happening, Sai. I know, man. It's crazy. Peace out, Gray. Never too many spins, Jerry. Yeah, there is too many spins. There's not enough blocks coming out because I just did a spin. Gray motion. Peace. Night, Gray. Peace, Gray. Put me on. Hey, Josh. What's up, brother? Good to see you, Josh. How are you, man? We're discussing the spam wars, a.k.a. work, save, Bitcoin, a.k.a. civil war that's going on, brother. How you doing, Josh? Good to see you. Have a good night, Great Motion. 946, Sharper Store. Woohoo, Sharper. I'm in the rain. Yes, you are. I'm addicted to SAS. Please spin through wheel. I got you. Yes. Hey, send to Quinn, please. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Sharper. Congrats, Sharper. VHF, Sin, I don't do it for me. I do it for those he might mislead, so they might not listen to him. Yep, exactly. Sharper, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Hey, work save Bitcoin. Oh, I just got that song out of my brain. I know. Well, then I guess Bitcoin isn't all that if it's so easy to control. It's not easy to control, Magic Mullah. Not easy, but not impossible. Quinn, you're the winner. Thanks to Sin. Thanks to Sharper. I always do that with you too. 947. It's on you. Let's see what happens. Quinn the Renner feeling any better? Yeah. Are you feeling better, Quinny? Amos. Walking in the rain. Ooh, thanks, Jerry. No doubt, Amos. No doubt, brother. No, I did just eat a little sugary snack though with More water. Okay, good. Aim and C EBT. EBT? Congrats. CBT. Aim and CBT. Ooh. So Jerry humming. Oh my God. You killing me, man. You guys are killing me. Aim, you're the winner, brother. Let's see who can win 948. That's on me. My heading out to the street. I'm about to listen to it so we get out of here. Adam, I know, right? EBC? I know. I'm like, what? Adam. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Where's Sharon B tonight? Downloading not? She might be. EBT, yes. Adam, congratulations. That was funny. All right, we're all caught up. Let's get back into it.
Monetary activity. I can't defend neutral file storage. And the only way I would be able to bring myself to is if I say there is no meaningful difference. But there is a meaningful difference. There's no, in theory, they're the same thing. In practice, they're very different. I can tell the difference between a Bitcoin transaction that I will treat as equal to any other Bitcoin transaction. I can tell the difference between that and something that's been made to look like a Bitcoin transaction that's really a massive file. Op return is that distinction. It's saying, hi, I'm not a valid output.
Jenny, we love you. Thank you, Jenny. We'll see you tomorrow, honey, okay? Thank you.
Data. It's literally telling you that. And we made a compromise and said, we'll allow you to store tiny amounts of data using that method, 40 to 80 bytes, depending on whether you're running core or not and what year it is. That's not enough to harm people with. It's just a hash. 80 bytes is what? A 16 by 16 black and white pixel, like 16 by 16 pixels image that's probably in black and white. You can't do any harm with that. No one's going to say that's disgusting. Like, okay, you can make a swastika with it or something. Big deal. Like, trolls on that level aren't enough to bring down the project. Detailed, high-resolution images that are in and of themselves disgusting, that are declaring themselves in a trivial capacity as something you could filter out of your mempool that you turn a blind eye to, invites incredible scrutiny upon Bitcoiners that no one is going to want to defend.
From outsiders. From the outsiders. And all they're going to do, I'm telling you, they're going to spin up the campaign. You see what they do to their enemies, to Donald Trump, people they don't like. They'll make up shit. They'll take anything and say, look, Bitcoin's bad. You can't use this. They've already tried it. But then when they have actual proof of stuff that's on the blockchain, and again, like you said, those little black and white pictures ain't going to do nothing. But those high resolution ones, that's a different story.
They have all these embarrassingly fake, transparently dishonest arguments saying, I have to do this to make Bitcoin censorship resistant and to make block propagation work properly. I'm telling you, you don't have that as a rationalization. They are not good enough reasons. No one is going to care. When outraged grandmas and politicians go on these massive campaigns against Bitcoin, which they obviously want to do and they have been doing forever, they're not going to be convinced by your argument that you believed what you were doing was necessary to maintain a neutral monetary network.
Yep, they're going to find out that you ran a node and that stuff got downloaded through you, and they're going to say, well, why didn't you stop it? You're evil just like them. Because they don't know how the inner workings of the system works. Magic Moolah asked a good question. There could easily be a shit ton of core runners. So if that continues, what then? Then those people will be downloading BS. They're going to be filling up the blockchains with garbage, man, to be honest with you. But we got to make sure they don't win, Magic. I still want to assign this guy and Backpacker opposing position and watch them debate. I would think it would be great. I still want to assign this guy and Backpacker. What guy, Lauren? This guy right here and Backpacker? Or somebody else? You talking about Mechanic, Jamie Dinan, and Wefties would love for this to happen and would probably finance this to happen. They're probably doing it now, sir. And that was not a typo. I know. Lauren, Backpacker fight against who? Sorry. Because Backpacker is on this guy's side. Let's you talking about somebody else.
Because A, you're not true in saying that. And B, even if you were, it's way too subtle. You can't win against an argument that emotional. And people are accusing me of fear-mongering and spreading emotional crap to try and, get everyone riled up. I'm trying to get ahead of that being done to us. It's very, very different. I know what's coming. I've been very pragmatic. I know the kinds of attack people want to throw at Bitcoin. And all we're doing is making that easy for them. And it's a question of plausible deniability. That's all it comes down to. If we can say there's some nasty stuff in inscriptions, and here's again, I reiterate why op return is such a significant change, making that big. If you're putting inscriptions in the chain and it's clear that you're storing arbitrary data, but you've had to hack it to pieces in order to get Bitcoin to tolerate it, Bitcoin as an ecosystem is saying, this stuff is not stuff I solicit. People are having to hack themselves and tie themselves in knots in order to make me accept it. That's plausible deniability, because you're saying they are not using the system for the purpose it was constructed for, and we don't like what they're doing and we're making it awkward for them. That gives you genuine plausible deniability. It's genuine. Of course you can filter out inscriptions too, so I don't want to take this argument too far. You should filter out inscriptions. They are an abuse of Bitcoin. But the fact that people are having to hack their way into Bitcoin in the first place tells you that's not Bitcoin. Those are hackers exploiting the system. We can point to that and say, they're not us. We don't approve of what they're doing. We are making their life difficult. That's an important thing to be able to say if you don't want to look obviously morally culpable for what they're doing.
And it's easy for us to say when we're in this little civil war that it's like, yeah, we don't like them. They're not good. The people from the outside, the sheeple, the normies are not going to look at it like that. They're just going to look at us as all as one big group of Bitcoiners. They're not going to say, oh, well, Bitcoin Mechanic and Sin and Magic Moolah and Lauren Stern, they were on the good side. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, all you guys are bad. All you guys got CP on your computers. All you guys got government secrets or whatever on your computers. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to say.
Doing. But op return says, welcome. Here you are. We are a file storage network. You don't need to hack anything in. You just need to create a Bitcoin transaction that says, hi, here's an unspendable output, data. That's all it does. That is a red carpet treatment. And anyone doing horrible stuff inside op returns, they are going to point to the Bitcoin network themselves and say, blame them. And once you get too many actors exploiting it, then it just becomes Bitcoin's fault. And we have no defense at that point because we rolled out the red carpet for these people. This is a watertight claim I'm making. And I hate the fact that people are, if I bring it up, I get accused of being the perpetrator of this horrible stuff because people are just children and unable to have adult conversations about real risks coming down the line.
That's the epitome of don't kill the messenger, what he's saying. He's just a messenger, man. He's skating to where the puck is going. He sees this going on. This guy's been in Bitcoin for 14 years. It's clear as day what's going to happen, obviously. Again, our system is a direct attack on the opposing system, and they will do anything to stop it. And you're going to see who can be bought and paid for. And obviously, I'm not saying all of them, but some of these core devs have been bought and paid for, like prostitutes, just like these effing politicians. Didn't realize you were here, backpacker, LOL.
And it's time to wake up. People are being stupid. I do like even bringing this up. It made a lot of people being uncomfortably transparent. There's a lot of people I know that are on my side that the minute I brought this up, they're like, no, stop talking about this. This is going to lose us support. This is going to create problems. At the end of the day, I believe what I'm saying to be true. I know it's an uncomfortable topic. I felt gross talking about it for the last few days. I know what's happening here. It's horrible, but it has to be addressed because that's how you self-regulate. You have to deal with the fact that people are going to do horrible stuff. If you want to be true about Bitcoin being an adversarial network and you're having to design it with those principles in mind, this is the ultimate expression of that. The reputational damage that we are setting ourselves up for by rolling out the red carpet for becoming a neutral, arbitrary file storage network with our blessing is not something we can recover from. And
yeah, once you open those floodgates or pour that toothpaste out of the tube, there's no going back. And he said that the correct word, self-regulate. We have to self-regulate us in this situation. Again, you can't just roll out the red carpet for spam because there ain't no turning back. He's exactly right. And again, I don't understand. It's either ignorance or people are not paying attention. But again, why would you be on the other side? Why would you run core if you know this? Why?
We are nothing if we have no reputation. We've spent forever trying to fix it. And we've just about managed to do it. The amount of money people have made and the amount of education and discussion and reshaping people's economic models that has to be done to make people understand why even a deflationary currency is good and why transactions must be treated as neutral and why we must consume so much energy and why all this is justified. It's been an enormous burden. And right now with this tiny little change of, it makes no technical difference. It's like, it reminds me of that quote, nothing important happened today, that some guy wrote. I should learn the origin of that, but it was like the biggest world-changing event ever happened and someone thought it was a non-event, or they at least labeled it as such. It's a very subtle change that says 40 bytes, 80 bytes, let's just make it 100,000 bytes. They can store that in the chain anyway if they want. Right, but not with our blessing until core 30. And once they have our blessing, we no longer have our plausible deniability. And we're no longer entitled to it because we gave it up. It completely changes everything. It makes us morally culpable. And I hate the fact that this all sounds like advocacy of inscriptions because they're convoluted and they're clearly a hack. Obviously, I don't advocate for that either, because I take this logically. If you accept my position here, you continue down the path and you say, well, if I can discriminate what ends up on my computer in my mempool, remember, I'm not talking about the blockchain here. I'm just talking about my mempool, which you have complete sovereignty over, and in which filters are 100% effective, even if people keep saying they don't work. Adam Beck. It's complete unilateral control over what ends up on a server in my house. And every time an arbitrary data storage and a way of enveloping arbitrary data inside Bitcoin transactions, every time one of those becomes popular, it becomes trivial for me to filter it. The cat and mouse game works. I don't care about the tiny mice. I do care about the giant, megalithic, monstrous rodents that move at, 1/8 of a mile an hour because they're so big.
Exactly. The little tiny mice are going to get in. The little tiny ants are going to get in. The little tiny microscopic little small bugs will get in. But we don't want the giant, humongous freaking New York City rats or humongous freaking cockroaches coming in. We don't want that. Of course, little dust is going to get in. We get that. It's been doing it for 16 and a half years. But why open the floodgates for the big rodents and the big insects? Why?
1/8 of a mile an hour because they're so big. Those are the giant institutions spamming Bitcoin, and they spend months in research and development. They have ecosystems which rely entirely on one method in which they are inscribing data into Bitcoin, and it's trivial to add filters for that stuff. And that's the best effort basis on which you have to take responsibility, and you have to accept moving targets for preventing bad things going wrong in your life, and being able to hold your head up at the end of the day and say, I'm doing my best. Accidents happen, but if you're coming at me saying you're responsible for something bad happening, I'm going to say, here's the methods. Here's what I did to prevent it from happening. And anyone reasonable should be able to say, fair enough, you did your best.
Sorry, Sharper, I missed that. I seriously can't understand why can't they just get rid of the spam and still develop core? Everyone would celebrate that. Just hard to understand why not get rid of it. Pride? I think they're getting paid, Sharper. I think they don't want to get rid of the spam. They want the spam to come in. I'm not saying the core developers want the spam to come in. I'm saying the people that are co-opting the core developers want it to come in. That's my theory. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they've always been against spam, Sharper. They've always known what it is, why we should get rid of it. They understood a little bit it's going to get in. But to open the floodgates like this, again, you got to look at the incentives. And of course, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes and stuff, but some of these dudes are bragging about how much garbage and JPEGs and monkey pictures and NFTs and all this other crap they let in, getting paid thousands of dollars for doing it. Again, short-term thinking. A lot of these dudes got thousands of Bitcoins. They might have hundreds and thousands of them. They might just sell them before it crashes down or something. Who knows? They don't give a shit. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know, Sharper. I don't know. That's a good question, though, brother. And my statement is a real possibility, yes. Imagine the developers of a network that makes the temptation of fiat inquiry no longer valid. Being tempted by fiat inquiry that threatens said network. Being against yourself and justify your fuckery. Sin, you are a damn poet, brother. Imagine the developer of a network that makes the temptation of fiat fuckery no longer valid. Being tempted by fiat fuckery that threatens said network. Betting against yourself and justify your fuckery. Yep. I mean, damn, Sharper. Sin. I was reading Sharper, sorry. That was well written, sir. Very well said. I always thought that these devs have lots of Bitcoin already. I guess it's never enough. Yeah, they're going for the short-term cash. Again, I don't know that for a fact, but you got to use reason and logic and go, why are they doing this? Every time I say something, I hear them saying, I go, why? Why are you doing this? Again, you got to follow the incentives. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not behind the scenes. I can only guess. Sure said the more they have is the more they want. Yep. If Bitcoin is tainted, then it would affect them too. I guess they just don't care. Sick. Yeah, clearly they don't. Clearly. These guys are getting rich behind the scenes. So no, yes, that's true and sad. Yeah. All they got to do is just sell a bunch of it before it tanks if that happens. Who knows?
That's what mempool filters are. They're not censorship. Bitcoin censorship resistance is not downstream of us not having mempool filters because we've always had them. So clearly that's a stupid assertion. So anyway, that is a brief update. I just want to apologize for the discomfort of having to discuss such a horrible topic. I'm doing so because I feel it's necessary. This is not a political stunt. I did see a lot of nonce adoption after I spoke about it. I also saw some people being like, idiot, gross, what are you doing? Shut up. I supported you until now. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm going to say what I think is correct. I've been doing that on this channel for years now. And it's the principle of, I mean, what do they talk about? Isaiah's job, right? And the remnant. I'm just saying what I think. And when I'm wrong, I will change my opinion on it. It's political suicide doing that. But I can't do it any other way because I have to put my heart and soul into this and I have to defend stuff that I believe to be right. And I can't fake that. So,
man after my own heart. I feel the exact same way, brother. Everything he just said, he just took the words right out of my mouth. Government missed their chance to shut down BTC in the start. Now they're afraid of taking their power away. This is a government attempt to destabilize and eliminate. Maybe it is, man. I don't know what it is, brother. But maybe it is, Kramer. That's good. That's a great point, brother. So if they do realize Core 30, then in your opinion, what happens? So if they do release Core 30, then they're going to release it. They're going to release it. It's getting released. It depends on how many people download it. Because again, a lot of people are running the old software and a lot of people are running knots. It depends, man. Depends on the number, Sharper. And we're going to see next month. You know what I mean? It depends. It all depends on how many people download it and start using it. Creator of Damus just said he's going to run Core in response to my question on there. Kind of interesting. Creator of Damus just said he's going to. Huh. Wonder why. Destabilization is their jam, brother. What question did you ask, George? Just said in response to my question on there. Kind of interesting. They are definitely going to release it, Sharper. Yeah, they're going to release it for sure. I feel like everyone is a spook. We are on the clock to get this done by October 30th then, right? I think it's before October 30th, Lauren. Radio interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily around the clock, Lauren. It's just that, just don't use it at all. If I were you, if you're on the side of you don't want a bunch of spam in your blockchain. You know what I mean? Again, even if you have the old one, it's not going to hurt it. Because I had the old one, but I just went with knots. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, that's very interesting. That is. But let's say only one DL and it pull. Yeah, I know, man. I know, brother. The spook that sat by the door. Yep. I know, Sharper. That's scary, brother. That's scary.
So that's why I'm bringing this topic up. It's genuine. I'm saying it not to be inflammatory and to create loads of problems. Obviously, people take it and turn it into sound bites. Core developers are all pedos and stuff like that. Obviously, that's overly simplistic and people are going to start characterizing it as that. And I know I'm paving the way for that to happen by raising the concern, but the concern is legitimate. It's not the same as what people want to equivocate and say, what's the difference between storing an 100 kilobyte op return, storing horrible media in an 100 kilobyte op return?
You know what I love about this dude? This dude is so self-aware. Like everything he's doing, he knows what's going to happen when he says it. You know what I mean? He knows if he says it, he's going to get rocks thrown at him. He knows people are going to clip him. They know they're going to take him out of context. They know he's going to lose followers, but he doesn't give a shit. And neither do I, by the way. I don't care. Because if this is going to be the money that I think it is, that I put my life into, and you guys put your life into, I don't give a shit what anybody says. If somebody disagrees with me about it, oh well. I don't really care, man. And I'm with him on that.
And breaking it up into chunks inside an inscription, there's no meaningful difference. They both have to be passed out. They're both not the raw file itself. And they keep talking about encryption as well. I'm not even going to get into that because it's such a bad argument. So yeah, I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do. I'm not trying to come across as defensive here or like doubling down on a mistake. I'm absolutely sure that this is a correct thing to raise the alarm over, and it's specific to op return. And it's a mistake for us to turn a blind eye to arbitrary data when we have the tools to discriminate against it without compromising Bitcoin's neutrality as a monetary network. If those tools are available to us, and they're in knots and they're being removed from core, and we decide not to use them, and the world comes after us saying, why are you all maintaining a ledger of disgusting graphic media? We're not going to have a good defense when we have plenty of tools available to us. We're not going to sit here saying, oh, people should have outbid the people putting that media in the chain, and they didn't. The fee market fixes everything. No, it doesn't. Personal responsibility is paramount. If you can't adopt it, then people are going to treat you like children, and we get infantilized, and we get stupid return to the current monetary system, because no one can run a node anymore because they couldn't do it responsibly. So we have regulated entities doing it for us. And that means centralized Bitcoin, centralized mining. I don't want to be a part of that, because we know what it means. It means infantilization. It means you want to take more than $500 out of the ATM in one 24-hour period. You can't. You need to come into the branch to do that, and we're going to ask you a bunch of questions about what it is you want to do with the money. If you want to go and live in that world because you can't take responsibility for what your node is doing, or you're a miner and you can't take responsibility for what you're putting in the chain, then you invite other people doing that on behalf of an angry mob, a la democracy. Please don't turn Bitcoin into that. Understand that's the road you're going down, and prevent it by taking responsibility for what it is you're doing, and not actively ignoring the tools available to you to not participate in making something worse when no one will believe you didn't have the tools available to you. All right, end of video.
Damn. Absolutely preaching. Absolutely preaching. That's really concerning. We, at least the same people will be thinking it's only a matter of time until some sicko ruins it for everyone. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. That's why he's getting ahead of it. And that's why we got to get ahead of it. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to do it. You know what I mean? And even if they weren't thinking about doing it, which I think they were, Bitcoin Mechanic put it out there to say it. He put it out there on Sunday. So he basically, if they weren't thinking about it, he gave them a good idea to think about it. Again, if you're these people, you have to figure out how to stop this thing. And like he said at the end, man, he really brought it home and said, if we can't run nodes and we're not decentralized, we're just going to go right. Bitcoin would be the same system that we're fighting against now. And I can't lay down and do that, man. I'm not going to be no ostrich. I'm not going to be, sitting there not saying anything or pretending like this shit ain't happened. Believe me, I don't want to talk about this garbage. Trust me, okay? But right now, what's going to happen in September, the price going down and all this shit, none of this shit matters if we're fucking compromised at the base layer. Okay? And it can be. This thing is not indestructible. It's brand new. Can you imagine if the block size wars went the other way? Bitcoin would have been done. It's going on right now, I believe. Unless I'm wrong, I don't know. It's the same thing going on today. I'm doing this to help as many people I can, but I'm okay with people being wrong. Everything is a trade-off. Yeah. And again, this is based on the information I have right now. I have the right to change my mind, right? There's nothing wrong with being wrong. The problem is, don't stay wrong. That's the fucking problem. And I just keep collecting information because I don't know anything. I'm an idiot. I don't know shit. So I listen to smarter people and I look at both sides and go, well, this side don't make any sense. It doesn't. Just like when I was reading the CEO of River, the shit he was saying didn't make any sense to me because what he was saying was just not true. Oh, this is just menial. This is nothing. No, it is something, man. Sounds like somebody that wants this shit to happen like that. I don't know. I mean, if I was just now considering getting into Bitcoin as a newbie, then I'd make an about face and run the other way. So if people panic about this when it is released and people run and sell believing this is the end, what does it do to price? The price will crash down for a little bit, I guess, and then people will scoop it up. I'm gonna keep buying it. I'm gonna die on this ship, man. I was in the Navy, and what they say about the captain goes down with the ship. I'm not saying I'm a captain or nothing like that, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I mean? And if I know it's sinking, I'm still gonna buy all the way to the fucking bottom if that happens. I don't know. Then I just have to fucking start all over again. Hey, has spam always been available in core and can't be filtered out? Or is this a new thing? It's always been available. But not to this extent. Sharper. Not to this extent. They're opening up the floodgates for it. And not allowing you to say, nah, I don't want that big of a 100,000 freaking bytes going through my relay. I don't want that. They won't even let you filter it. I will continue for collecting sats for the future. Me too. I'm never stopping. The price is the least of our worries. Exactly. This is the number one thing right now. For me, personally. I can't speak for nobody else. You know what I mean? And again, there's going to be some people that are going to get mad at me for talking about it. I don't give a fuck. If you don't like it, get the fuck off the channel. That's it. This is my channel. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. If you don't like what I talk about, then start your own channel. There's way other Bitcoin channels you can go to that's going to talk to you about, the price and this and that and all this other shit. Not right now until we solve this, man. Not for me. I'm the captain of my household. Damn right, Sharper. Damn right. Hey, Jerry, you said you were in the Navy. I have this homegirl in the Navy. What's the chances of her being ran through? I gotta know. Good chance, Jason. Good, a very good chance, brother. Very good chance. Sorry, man. Just saying. I'd sure like for Sailor to make a statement on his thoughts about this shit. Me too, man. Me too. Words of wisdom. I'm okay with being wrong. Just don't stay being wrong. Exactly. Yes, buddy. We're about to go eat. We're about to go bye bye. Go eat. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hello. Hello. Sorry, guys. I was on the phone. However, words of women. Yes. Don't stay wrong. Builders don't work. Let's remove them. Right. I vote against the possibility of CP having an internal place in our world. Trumps the price any day. Exactly. Buddy, we're about to go bye-bye. Okay? Okay. We're going to get you dressed. Go out there. Close the door. We're going to go bye-bye and get something to eat. Or you can risk it all on a single spin and lose, then build yourself back up without saying a word. Then, my boy, you will be a man. Yes. Very good chance, I figure. I'm just saying, man. Jason, I can tell you some stories, bro. You know what I mean? I see in X these core versus knots debates. Knowing this whole CP possibility, why the hell is it so hard for people to just switch to knots? Yeah, and just read what they say. Like I'm listening. I'm honestly, I'm trying to stay in the middle and say, okay, of course I'm biased, okay, but I'm like, let me read this stuff, and I'm reading. I go, this doesn't make any sense on their side, on the core side. They're not explaining to us why. Besides, sit down, peon. You don't know any better. You're stupid. That's it. If you don't like it, go to knots. That's not the answer, man. You know what I mean? This reminds me of the League of Shadows trying to control things behind the scenes and destroy Gotham City. Yeah. We knew it was coming. We knew. Has Breedlove said anything one way or the other? I haven't heard him. This whole debate reminds me of COVID logic. Yeah. Yeah, it happens, man. A couple mannies from my past life hitting me up. Wanting something serious, but I ain't no fool, broski. I might get my play again, but I ain't holding nothing down. I know that's right, Jason. Heading out early tonight. Have a good night, everyone. All right, Kevin. Appreciate you, bro. Love you, man. You're Kevin. Jason's on a whole nother thing right now. Jason's like, I'm trying to see what's up. Oh my God, Jason, you a fool, dog. Hey, Jason, he knows what's up. All right, let's see here. All right, let me get in the corner. You feel me? You know, hey, Jason, you already know, bro. Jason, yes, I feel you, bro. For real. Later, 21. You know that, sir. You know that. All right, let's spin this and let's do the all or nothing. Let's do 949. Let's see who wins this next spin. Quinn, you're the winner. Quinn, I'm on the same level too, though. I agree with y'all. Yes. This is why Jared I ain't goated, man. Thank you for saying that, bro. That too, Jared, but I'm not talking about the devs. I'm talking about Bitcoiners in general that run core. Knots is still only 18%. It's climbing though. Just thought it'd be faster. It has gone pretty fast though, Sharper. Not fast enough for people like us, obviously, but you got to look at people that are just sitting on the sidelines, don't understand what's going on. They're not plugged in like we are, Sharper. You know what I mean? Even some Bitcoin node runners are not really plugged in. Some of them are, but not like we are. And they're not really they're looking at, oh, do I need 0.1% Bitcoin or 10 million sats? Can I retire off? They're looking at that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? The Coiner, but yeah, Sharper. We're doing our thing over here, bro. We're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? The Quinner, congrats. On a roll. Let's fucking go. Yes. Congrats, Quinn. Quinn the winner. Quintessential F-bombs. Oh, man, Jordan. You know me. Yeah, good point, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's just, and there's gonna be some people that are doing these videos that are not just they're just not gonna talk about it, man. They don't want to deal with it. And I get it. Believe me, I understand. But I'm not one of those, man. Believe me. And again, I don't want to talk about this bullshit. You know what I mean? But I have to, man. This thing is my life. You know what I mean? And I'm not ignorant or arrogant enough to say nothing could stop Bitcoin. Oh, nothing could stop. When you got people like Bitcoin Mechanic and Matthew Crater, Samson Mao, a lot of people that are really like common sense people that are making sense, like, yo, we got to stop this shit. I had to stop and go, all right, let me see what the fuck's going on here. Because I was ignoring it at first. I'm not going to lie. I was. But I was like, you know what? I had to go back and really learn this stuff. And again, I'm still on my road. I'm loading right now, at 0.01% of what I need to know out of 100. And I'm trying to learn this stuff, man. And I'm doing my part. I'm trying to learn about Bitcoin mining, what I need to do, what kind of little miner I want to get. Do I want to start off with a little BitAxe, or do I want to start off with something else? I'm looking at all this stuff, man. Because again, if I'm talking the talk, I got to fucking walk the walk, man. I would never tell you or ask you guys to do something I'm not fucking doing. I just won't do it. This is just one more thing trying to show slow mass adoption. Exactly. I expected Jack Miles to be on this at least by now. I hate to say this, man. I got Strike, but Jack is a suit, man. He's a hybrid, bro. He's a suit right now, brother. I hate to say that. I love him, but he's got his tentacles are a lot of different places, man. Just saying. My tentacles aren't anywhere except the base layer of Bitcoin and making this motherfucker the base layer of money and separating money from state. That's what I'm trying to do. Nothing else matters now when this shit is going on. Sweating this amount together. At this point, the other side is running out of options. I feel this is one of the last final plays. This may be their Hail Mary. We have to stay the course. Yeah. Until a couple of years, until they come up with something else. You know what I mean? Again, more corporate Bitcoin treasury silence. Exactly. I ain't scared, homies. Me neither. I was born to fight, man. Just saying. That's just the way I'm built, man. Closed mouth don't get fed, man. Even Samson Mao and Dennis forgot his last name and speaking up and running nuts. Yeah. Samson Mao's one of the main ones doing it. Dennis Porter. Yep. What's my boy's name? Damn. Parker Lewis. Love Parker Lewis. He's doing it too. Bring it. Damn right. You know what I mean? Again, I come from a political standpoint sometimes when I always make the references about America and stuff like that. Again, man, I'm an American. I love my country, and I don't pick sides and pick teams, right? I don't say, oh, Democrat, Republican. I just go, all right, I love my country. I love the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Anybody going outside of this right here, these rules that are written, I'm not fucking with it. And it's the same thing that our rules we have with Bitcoin. We have rules with Bitcoin. And if you try to get away from those rules and try to make it, instead of 21 million coins, it's 22 million coins. And, oh, we're going to do spam here. And, oh, we're going to make the block size this and that. I'm not fucking with none of that. None of it. And I'll fight for it, man. Mahler says that he's all in on Bitcoin and holds zero cash, but I bet his girlfriend is holding all of their cash, right? Imagine Trump saying, run nods. I know. Oh, my God. That would be great. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, Jay Remmer. Jay Remmer, thank you, fam. No doubt. And I'm going to sound like a broken record in here. Now, again, you guys know me. I'm not no real serious dude here, guys. I like to fuck around and joke around. I'm joking all the time. I'm messing about all the time. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time to get serious, it's time to get fucking serious. And if we got to get dirty, let's get dirty. And that's what we got to fucking do, man. Just got some Panda Express. Let's go. Yes. Quite a few of these Bitcoin OGs are getting some serious side eye from those who are truly Bitcoin focused. Hashtag KYH. Damn right. Sid is so fucking. Sid, golly, man. You need to make a channel, bro. This is just the beginning. We're talking billions and trillions of dollars. They are not going to just let it go. Need more to prepare for a fight. Yep. We need to prepare for a fight. Exactly. That's why I fuck with you heavy, Jerry. You're my dog. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I never, ever in my life thought of myself as a tough guy or nothing like that. I never was. You know what I'm saying? If I fought 100 men, I'd probably be in the top 60% or something like that. I could probably beat 40 dudes. I could beat 60 dudes and lose to 40 dudes. I'm not no tough dude or nothing like that. I never claimed to be. But one thing I would never do, I would never fucking back down. Ever. I've never backed down from a fight, even when I knew I was going to lose the fight. And I've got my ass whooped a few times. You know what I'm saying? Even when I knew it. I had motherfuckers. I had people in school say, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought you was soft and blah, 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 blah. You know, because I joke around and I mess about and stuff like that. But when I'm just a different type of dude, man. When you fuck with my family or you fuck with my money or you fuck with people I love or something like that, you do not want to do that with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Jack is vocal about all in Bitcoin, and this issue would affect him too. I think what a lot of people are doing, Sin and Sharper and everybody else, I think they're just waiting it out till the storm calms down. You know what I'm saying? But as we get closer to October and they launch this, we can't sit back and chill, man, with this shit. We gotta let people know. Sweating and smiling together. Facts. Yes. And is this yes. Absolutely. Sin, where can we find you on YouTube? I need to sub and learn. He's got a YouTube channel too. Type in there. You can beat how many dudes? Jason. Nah, Jojo, that was funny. That was funny, bro. You're a real one, G. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. This is effing with your freedom, Jerry. Say it again, Sharper. Again, I am not fucking here for the number to go up. That's not why I'm here, man. We're here for the freedom to go up. Now, in the beginning, I was like, oh, man, I can make some money. I can flip this into silver or blah, 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 whatever the fuck, right? Not anymore. Now I'm like, this is the only thing that's going to set us free. That's some clarified butter. You know we ain't serious, man. You know that. Y'all some fools, boy. Y'all some fools. All right, let's do these last two spins. Let's do all or nothing. Y'all some damn fools, man. Quinn, you're the winner. Who can win 950? Let's see. Scotty so hottie. Scotty loves the hotties. Scotty wins 950. Let's see who wins 951. We'll do it all or nothing. Call it a night. Jerry has the strength of 10 men. No. Scotty. Corey, yeah. You got me giggling as always. Yeah, Jason's funny, man. Jason's funny. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see what plays out over the next few months. Again, this may be a nothing burger. Who knows? And if it is a nothing burger, then it was a nothing burger. I got my panties all in a bunch for nothing. But guess what? I'd rather be safe than sorry. Good game, Scotty and Corey. I tend to have that effect, Quinn. Yes. Congrats. Sweet. Yeah. Congratulations. All right. We're going to have 4 winners here. I'm going to call it a night. All right. Appreciate y'all, boys and girls. Very much, man. I really do. Love all y'all, man. Now I got to get myself something to eat. My grandson something to eat. We're going to do our thing. All or nothing game, guys. You guys know the rules. Got to be here to win. Thank you guys so much for hearing me rant and listening to a bunch of videos. Sorry about that. We listened to 3 videos today. 4 videos, mine and 3 others. It's Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. We're freedom fighters, guys. Let's spin it for the all or nothing game. Let's see who can win it. Player 1, you're up. Sweet. Don't stop. Your feels good. Damn. Okay. Kramer. Don't stop. Your feels good. Okay. But we're fighting in the right side of history. I hope it's a nothing burger. I hope it is too, man. I don't give a shit if I'm wrong. I always side on the side of caution. You know what I mean? If I'm wrong and everybody's, oh, Jerry, you were tripping for nothing. Okay, cool. No problem. I was wrong. Big deal. I heard that one plenty of times as well, Quinn. Yes. Bagburger says, like. What I miss? What'd you say? But jokes aside, I got you, Quinn. I'm here for a good time. Damn right. We ain't here for a long time for a good time. Oh, my. Panda Express sounds delicious. Good game, Kramer. I think you're behind on the chat, Backpacker. Crane, me too. I always smile when you pop in. Always here for the good times. Damn. Yeah, Jason, you better come to Vegas. I'll keep. Thanks. Lost twice, trying for more. Yeah. Congratulations, Kramer. AON Kramer, player 1. Player 2, you up. What you gonna do with yours? We'll see. Damn it, I was. You good, brother? You good? I'm glad I can put a smile on your face as well with the chat along with the host, Jerry. You always make me laugh, bro. Jason, you always make me laugh, my guy. You know that. Scotty, 99 sats, and okay, hear me out. Okay, hold on. On fire today. You too, Terry. Thank you, man. Thank you, Scotty. I appreciate it. I'm glad I can put this. Yes. Oh, you know I'll be in Vegas in April, Jerry. I know that's right. I know that's right, Jason. Lawrence, sir, old fitness stuff at New Warrior Training and podcast audio from and more fitness stuff. Just search for Sin Diesel. Yeah. Maybe he can make a comeback, start making YouTube videos, man. That would be epic, Sin. If you got on YouTube and started talking about Bitcoin, oh, Sin. Oh, you know I have been sub, Sin. Yeah, that would be dope, man. That'd be absolutely dope. Cryptomania guy, are you here? You know I'll be watching every day, Sin. If you made a channel. Cryptomania guy, you got to be here, brother. Got to be here. I haven't heard from you in a while. Doesn't look like you're here. Let's do it again. Player 2, you're up. V. Congratulations. Crypto, I'm on some orange pill Sin Kenobi stuff these days. Damn right you are. It changes you, man. Doesn't it? It just changes you, man. Hey, Jerry, you know fire spots to munch at in Vegas? I'm trying to hit all the good spots when I pop out. I know some of them, man, but I don't eat out that much, Jason, to be honest with you, bro. I mean, they're all over the place, of course. Depends on what you want. They got everything here, bro. But I don't spend no money, Jason. I don't eat out like that. But we can go to some spots, no doubt, man. V, congrats. I'm keeping them bad boys. All right, bro. Smart move. Good game, V. Good game, V. Kramer and Quinny, yes. It really does, Jerry. It really changes things. It does. It changed my whole outlook on life, man, to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Quinn's luck rubbed off on me tonight. It did. Player 2 was V. Player 3, what you going to do? Hell yeah, V. Damn, we've gone for 3 hours. My God. Fanny. Quinn and V, big winners. Yep. Hell yeah, V. Well deserved. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Oh, you finna eat like that when I pop out, brother. I'll be following food reviewers. I think I know a few spots out there. Oh, you finna eat like that when I pop out, brother. All right. I don't be eating like that, so I'll come with y'all. Vanita, Fanny Packer. Spinach, she says. All right. Let's go for that 1,000. Can she get it? I think she can. I really do. LOL Cabron. You still here, bro? If he's not here, you'll spin it again, Fanny. Congrats, Fanny. Congratulations. Let's see what happens. I haven't heard from him in a while, but he could be in the back chilling. Let's see. You got to be here to win this. Player 3 is Fanny. It'll be player 4 for LOL Cabron if he's here. I don't think he's here, though. But we'll see. I just don't want the Bitcoin community to turn into Republican Party, just talking about how pure they are instead of doing, as George says, action cures fear. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. But it's unfortunate is this way, Adam, and I completely agree with what you just said. Unfortunately, when a major decision is made, again, the Bitcoin base layer should be moved and changed very, very slowly. And for them to just come out and go, "Oh, this is what's going to be. We're going to do this," and you can't say anything about it. That's gonna make a divide. It's gonna split, unfortunately. You know what I mean? I wish it wasn't that way, but it is. Let me remove him. All right, let's spin it again. Good luck this time, Fanita. See what happens, Fanny. Good points, though, Adam. Jason, you got 200 sats, brother. You got 200, brother. Jerry, have you seen this new channel, Mr. Bitcoin Maxi? I have seen him. God, Sharper. Yes, you watch the same stuff I say. Yeah, I saw him. He walks around and talks and stuff. I mean, he's a Bitcoin Maxi, but is he a Bitcoin Maxi? Talking about Ledger and all. I said, man, I need to put my arm around him, bro, and say, let me explain to you a couple things, man. Let's go, Jason. Thanks, gang. You got 200. You're Jason. You're good game, Fanny. You gonna keep him? Or you gonna spin it, brother? You got 200 and you got the bird in the hand, brother. 200. I was about to say that about Ledger. I was like, Ledger? Bitcoin Maxi? I love the Ledger. Blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. He just got it. He must have just got in. I don't know. But I watched a couple of his videos. Yeah, I like him. He's cool, though. You know what we about, Jer? What we about? You about to spin it? You got 200 sats, bro. What you going to do? I know you like to spin it, bro. I know you like to gamble. Hey there, BTC Fanny Man. Let's let that thing spin, my boy. All right. I got you. Let's do it. Player 4 is Jason. Can he get it? I hope you do. I hope you get it too, bro. Nah. Quinn the winner got it. Quinn got 300. There it is. Quinn, you got 300. You don't got to spin. You're the last one. You're the winner. It's all part of the game and thrills. Yes. You're following Demetria Albiller for interesting Vegas food reviews. Oh. Yeah, you're kidding. OMG. Yeah, you got 300. Congratulations. Quinn, yeah. Quinn's Bitcoin pressure is rising tonight, right? Brother, I was thinking of giving him to Goth Mommy anyway. So either way, it worked out. Yeah, and you gave her an extra 100. You gave her an extra 100. She got 300 instead of 2. Congrats. So you that's Riz right there. That's some Riz, Jason. You know what that reminds me of, Jason? That was some serious Riz, bro. Serious Riz.
Thank you. I couldn't have saved Lois without your help. I'm aware of that.
Go to the moon. Outside with my niggas, we doing the most. Grabs on the table, yeah, I been gone. At the base, she shorty, she tryna put it over. Keep steady, I told her I'm on one. Tryna make me be the bad guy. Telling people that this shit was damn love. Call me an ex, young nigga feeling paralyzed. When you don't go, can't stop, fuck a red light.
Bruce Wayne, he was with me when Joker... Is he alright? Do you know?
He's fine. Just fine.
I throw 150 for the nails. I might put a bad bitch.
Pulled a Sat Man on us, man. You pulled a Sat Man. Congrats. Yay, y'all, Lauren, Quinn. Boom. I'll give him a peep, son. Thank you. No doubt. What would I be without you, Jerry? You the man, brother. Run the clip, Jerry. Go to the moon. You know it, bro. You know it. That's amazing. Thank you. Those good intentions bring good karma. Sensei, you got that right. Yes. Congrats all the winners. Yes. Thank you, Jerry, for the show. No doubt, Ginger. Thanks for coming in. You know it, Jason. We dancing, bro. We dancing, man. This is the first not serious you played tonight. This is the first not serious you played tonight. Yeah. Video, yes. Yeah, I got to throw it in, bro. I got to throw it in, man. Good night, all. You already know. Yes. Quinn, yes. But anyways, guys, you know why we're here. It's an unfortunate and fortunate thing, I guess, that the people around the world don't understand what's going on. Because again, if they did understand, then I guess the price would be much higher. But they don't even understand this, guys. They don't know what this here is, you know? But we're here to tell them about it. That's the debt clock right there, according to that. But this is the updated one. This is the one that's going on right now at this moment. This is the real time one. 37,215,000,000,000,000,000. This is the one I carry along with me. People say, "Damn, Jerry, you taking a lot of steps." No, these ain't steps, bro. That ain't steps. But what are we here for, ladies and gentlemen? What are we here for? We're here for this. We're here to fight against this broken system. Before you go, guys, let me tell you a couple quick things. The monetary system is ass backwards. What do I mean? It's supposed to be sound money. Do you hear any sound? I don't. I just hear a money printer. That ain't sound money. Money's supposed to be hard to get. What's that mean? It's supposed to be hard to mine. It's supposed to be hard to acquire. I had an argument with a guy today. He goes, "What do you mean money is hard to get? It's hard to get for money." I said, no. It's getting easier and easier to get. How easy is it to get a $100 bill today versus 30 years ago? 30 years ago, it was hard as hell to get a $100 bill. You had to work your ass off to get $100. Now, again, that $100 ain't shit, but it's easier to get. When the stimmies, the free money, and all that other stuff comes out, Section 8, welfare, subsidies, government subsidies, which we spend a lot of money on, a big percentage of our spending goes to that. That's easy money, I call it. Very easy. Why? Because they can print it. Hard money is supposed to be hard to get. Real money is supposed to be hard to get. Gold is supposed to be hard to get. Silver, gold, platinum is hard to get. This money I'm going to talk about in a minute is definitely hard to get. It's the hardest money to get in the world. But while we're sitting at $37.2 trillion in debt, we're overspending by $2 trillion every single 12 months. Now, again, I'm not a mathematician here, but that ain't adding up. And you as a taxpayer or a person that did what you're supposed to do, you owe $323,000 out of that $37 trillion. Why? Because you signed up for the 40 program. What's that? You go to work for 40 hours. They take 40% of your pay. They print 40% of the money supply in 2020, 2021 until now. They said they might have did it twice, up to 80. They say you can't retire and you cannot stop working until 40 years is up. And guess what you end up with, ladies and gentlemen? A $40 broken watch. Now, again, I'm not a politician here or a mathematician, but they say America's a democracy. I didn't vote for that. Did you? Right above my head is one of our major spending items, alongside a lot of the subsidies we do. Government subsidies, aka government handouts. Medicare and Medicaid, $1.7 trillion. Social Security, 1.5. Again, that's going to be insolvent in the year 2032, 2035. The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the defense, the military industrial complex, the war machine, the Pentagon, whatever you want to call it, is $924 billion. But you know what is even higher than that? The interest on that debt, on that $37.2 trillion. We're spending more on our debt than we are in our military. Now, again, man, I'm not a mathematician, but that doesn't make any sense. It's not adding up. Does that make sense to you? No, it don't. Here's what we need. We need a new monetary system. Even if we got to fight it from within, we need a new monetary system that's the complete and utter opposite of that one. It's going to be scarce, uninflatable, portable, durable, international, fungible, divisible, verifiable in supplies, decentralized, unconfiscatable, which means it is unstoppable. And it is the only way, this money is the only way that we're going to pay off this national debt, break this system altogether, just break it in the millions and millions of pieces. Stop inflation because you can't print this money. Get everybody on track. Take our country back. Fix the money, fix the world, because we're the global leader in money. And if you decide to stack this money today, which I think you will, because you've been on here for 3.5 hours with me, for generations to come, your family will be straight monetary. It ain't about the money, bro. All right? But it's about being okay and not worrying about money. And if you do this, your family will build statues of you. If you fought today against the nonsense that's coming from within that's trying to stop us today, and the outside entities, again, they will be building statues of you. And if I was a betting man, and if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure You guys already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. Thank you guys for being with me for 3.5 hours. I appreciate it. Thanks for the love, the support, the zaps, and the patience with me, man. I'm on a learning curve myself, and I don't know a lot, but I'm trying to learn from you guys. And things that I learn offline and I get here, I try to give my knowledge to you just like you give it to me, and I appreciate it. The love, the support, and you being here with me, and we riding alongside with me on this absolute crazy timeline we're on, locked in hands and trying to fight these battles, these many battles to win this war. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for the most precious thing you can have ever, and that's your time because you can't give it back. You gave that to me, and I appreciate it very, very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Hump Day Wednesday. Same time, same bat channel. Do you and your family a favor and work your ass off tomorrow. Be the best version of yourself that you can. Do what the great Jim Rohn says. Work harder on yourself than you do any other job. Don't and at a job. Don't ever let anybody tell you can't do something. Seriously. The secret to success and failure is you become what you think about most of the time. So keep your thoughts on the things that you want and keep your mind and your thoughts off the things that you don't want. All right? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. And until then, and as you guys know, I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.